time for Arkansas Travelers Baseball. Brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. Now, let's head to the ballpark for the ITT Tech pregame show. Here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Live from Corpus Christi, Texas, Arkansas Traveler Baseball is on the air. Hello again, everybody. A very pleasant good evening to you. Welcome to Whataburger Field here by the Corpus Christi Channel. As tonight, Minor League Baseball and the Texas League present the Arkansas Travelers and the Corpus Christi Hooks in Game 3 of a 4-game series. Another beautiful night here in Corpus Christi. Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock 1380, KDXE on MinorLeagueBaseball.com. We're set for the ITT Technical Institute pregame show. Your future can be improved through education, and you can prepare now at ITT Technical Institute in Little Rock. For details, go online to www.itt-tech.edu. Well, the Travs have opened up the second half of the season with 2 losses. Yesterday, one of the tougher losses of the year. The Travelers carrying a 2-run lead into the 8th inning, only to see Josh Bonifay's 2-run double fall just short of Dwayne Bacon's glove. And then Hunter Pence, who had been 0 for 9 in the series, hitting a game-winning homer with 2 outs in the 12th off Miguel Gonzalez. A no-doubter from the word go. And Pence's 18th home run of the year was enough to give Corpus Christi a dramatic 7-5 comeback win. So the Hooks have won both games in this series with scores of 8-2 on Thursday, and then yesterday in 12 innings, 7-5. The big story, however, has been the pitching of the Corpus Christi Hooks. They've combined to strike out 33 Traveler batters over the first 2 games of this series. The Travs having some serious trouble making contact against this hard-throwing Corpus Christi pitching staff, but tonight the Travs may have it a little bit easier. They're going up against a pitcher in Josh Mickey, who hasn't really appeared in many games this year. It's only his 10th appearance. He had missed a couple of months with a fracture in his left hand, and he's 0-3 with a 1380 earned run average. Meanwhile, down on his luck, pitcher Jesse Smith is on the mound for the Travelers, the league leader with 8 losses. Got just 3 wins, but a 4.50 ERA. So Smith certainly has pitched well enough to at least pick up more than the 3 wins that he currently has. Another gorgeous day here in Corpus Christi. They're expecting a packed house for Corpus Christi Hooks Road Cap Night. A beautiful cap that's being given out to the fans as they come into the ballpark on a sunny early evening here by the Corpus Christi Channel. We're happy to have you with us on the ITT Tech pregame show. Plenty to talk about in the next segment. We'll have the news from the Texas League and also news from the Angels organization right after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Hey guys, want another beer?
Another what?
Another beer.
I didn't have a beer. Did you have a beer? I don't think so.
Yes, you did. These beers right in front of you? Remember you ordered them from me?
Where? I mean, I remember eating the wings.
Yeah, the wings were good.
Are you sure we drank the beer?
Look, you guys came in, you ate the wings, you drank the beer.
Huh.
Whatever. You guys want another round?
Of what?
Beer.
Yeah, that sounds great. You want a beer?
I would love a beer.
Next time, try the light beer with the taste you won't forget. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use as directed.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
89 degrees here in Corpus Christi, Texas, with humidity at 54%. A light breeze coming from the east-southeast at 12 miles an hour. And mostly sunny skies here by the Corpus Christi Channel. Nice to have you with us for the ITT Tech pregame show. This is Phil Elson with you on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE and MinorLeagueBaseball.com. It's the third game of the second half of the 2006 baseball season with the South Division first half champion Corpus Christi Hooks and your Arkansas Travelers. Yesterday in the Texas League, the Tulsa Drillers handed Midland a 6-1 defeat. Mark Kaiser, the right-hander for the Drillers, with his second straight complete game. He threw a four-hitter to clinch the first half title for the Drillers at Springfield on Sunday. Well, Kaiser threw another four-hitter yesterday, limiting the Rock Hounds to just 2 hits over the first 8 innings. They didn't walk anybody and didn't give up a run until the 9th. Kaiser finished with 5 strikeouts. He's won 4 of his last 5 games, and the Drillers go to a record of 1-1 in the second half, while Midland falls to 1-1. Big third inning in San Antonio yesterday. The Springfield Cardinals rally for 9 runs in the third inning and go on to defeat the Missions 11-7 in a slugfest at the Wolf. 4 Cardinals had 2 RBIs in the ball game. Juan Richardson, Terry Evans, Cody Harther, and Travis Hansen. Winning pitcher was Chris Lambert, so he did give up 7 runs. He goes to 7-5, while Nate Mateo takes the loss, falling to 3-7. Both the Cardinals and the Missions have a record of 1-1 going into today's Texas League action. Yesterday, Wichita became the only North Division team with 2 wins in the second half, beating Frisco 6-3. Outfielder Chris Lebansky with a big game, a double, a triple, and 4 runs batted in. Zach Greinke returned to the mound after that disastrous performance at Little Rock on Sunday. This time, Greinke didn't fare much better, only lasting 4 2/3 innings, allowing 2 runs on 2 hits and 3 walks. He got a no decision with reliever Cody Smith coming on for 2 1/3 of scoreless relief for his 5th win against no losses. Frisco's losing pitcher Thomas Diamond falls to 5-4 after having a dominating inning in the Texas League All-Star game where he struck out the side. He walked 5 batters and only allowed 5 runs on 3 hits and those 5 walks in 2 2/3, while Diamond falls to 5-4. So Frisco is dropped to 0-2, while Wichita is 2-0. And tonight over at Wichita, 7 o'clock first pitch, Paul Comitani pitching for the Rough Riders against right-hander Kyle Middleton. Comitani 0-3, Middleton 4-3 for the Wranglers. It'll be a 7:05 first pitch at Driller Stadium with Midland's David Bradley taking the hill at 4-7 against the Drillers all-star right-hander Juan Murillo, who comes in 5-3. Also 7:05 first pitch at San Antonio with the Springfield Cardinals and the Missions battle in the third game of that 4-game series. They did not announce the starting pitchers. Now for a look at the Angels Farm Report. A glance around the Angels organization brought to you by AgPro of Central Arkansas, located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, and England. Well, yesterday the Angels defeated the Arizona Diamondbacks 8-2 with last year's Traveler catcher Mike Napoli having another big game. He reached base 5 times with 3 hits and 2 walks. One of those hits was a 470-foot home run, his 8th of the season. It was measured as the 3rd longest home run in Bank One Ballpark Chase Field history. Only Richie Sexton and Scott Rowland have hit balls further than Napoli did yesterday. Again, we saw a tape measure blast from Nap last year, 470 feet in the Major League ballpark in Phoenix. That is something else. Napoli is now batting .312, and he leads American League rookies with 8 home runs. Another former Traveler, Irvin Santana, won his 8th game. He did walk 6 batters over 6 innings and had 7 hits to deal with, but only allowed 2 runs while striking out 2. Santana goes to 8-3 with a 4.03 earned run average. A little note on the roster for the Angels: Darren Erstad placed on the disabled list once again with a sprained hamstring, so Tommy Murphy was called up for the 2nd time. Murphy has already had a cup of coffee in the majors this year. This will be his 2nd stint with the Angels. He was hitting .331 at AAA Salt Lake. Angels tonight taking on the Diamondbacks once again. Bartolo Colon is having his 2nd start of the disabled list. Didn't really fare very well last time out. And so hopefully Colon can give the Angels at least 6 innings today. Speaking of Salt Lake, Jared Weaver threw a 2-hit shutout yesterday as the Bees defeated Sacramento 1-0. Weaver struck out a franchise record 14 batters and walking only one. He goes to 5-1 at AAA Salt Lake with a 2.15 ERA. And remember, Weaver was 4-0 with the Angels with a 137 earned run average. So overall, Jared Weaver has a record of 9-1 between AAA and the majors. Get him back up to the big. Rancho Cucamonga in the California League was a lose yesterday, 12-2 to the High Desert Mavericks. It's the fourth straight loss in the second half for the Quakes. Single-A Cedar Rapids in the Midwest League won a rain-shortened six-inning ball game, 1-0 over Fort Wayne. Right-hander Stephen Merrick, the Angels' 40th round draft and follow pick from San Jacinto Junior College in 2004, goes 6 innings and is credited for a 3-hitter, walking nobody, striking out 3. Merrick, a future traveler, 8 wins, 1 loss, and a 2.14 ERA. Down in rookie ball, Orem was defeated by Ogden 7-1. They've played Ogden 4 straight games, and over the last 3, Orem lost a 14-1 game before winning 16-2 2 days ago, and then the Raptors come out and shellacked the Owls yesterday by a 7-1 final score. Darren, in the Arizona Rookie League, designated hitter Hank Conger, this year's first-round Angels draft pick, goes 2 for 5 as the DH, but the Angels still lost to the Arizona Mariners by a final score of 7-5. That's the AgPro Farm Report. News from around the Angels organization brought to you by AgPro of Central Arkansas. Located in Pine Bluff, Maumelle, Stuttgart, and England, AgPro is proud to feature outstanding John Deere products, and you can sign up for a demo of some of John Deere's best equipment online at agprocompanies.com. Tonight we've got the Trabs and the Corpus Christi Hooks, Game 3 of the 4-game series. We'll have the starting lineups for you after this on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better because 2 great companies have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most, yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and SBC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with voice services, digital satellite TV, high-speed internet, and singular wireless. Learn more at thenewatt.com. Introducing the new AT&T. Your world delivered.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
If you haven't been able to quit smoking for yourself, think about the people around you. Every year, secondhand smoke kills more than 40,000 non-smokers and causes over 400,000 cases of severe asthma in children. Call 1-866-NOW-QUIT. Now. Stamp out smoking. A Healthy Arkansas initiative from the Arkansas Department of Health and Human Services.
We are Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE, North Little Rock.
Back at Whataburger Field here by the Corpus Christi Channel. Phil Elson with you. Back at the studio is Benny Petrie in Sherwood at KDXE. We're getting set for Game 3 of a 4-game series with the Houston Astros AA affiliate, the Corpus Christi Hooks, and the AA affiliate of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, your Arkansas Travelers. For the starting lineups we go, starting with the Hooks, a record of 43-28 in the overall season, 2-0 in the second half. They are the first half South Division champions. And once again, they'll have the center fielder, Josh Anderson, leading off. Batting second is shortstop Ben Zobrist. And the 3-hole hitter, last night's hero for the Hooks, right fielder Hunter Pence. Cleaning up at left field, Jorge Cortez, who now has extended the league's longest hit streak this year to hits in 19 games in a row. Designated hitter Josh Bonifay bats fifth, with Walter Young in the 6th hole playing first base. Mark Saccomanno bats 7th for the Hooks and plays third. Batting 8th, second baseman Johnny Ash. Getting the start behind the dish today is the 9-hitter Kevin Davidson. You might notice J.R. House's name is absent from the lineup. House, the leading hitter in the Texas League, at 347, gets today off after catching all 12 innings yesterday. Starting lineup for the Travelers, first the record, 24 wins, 47 losses. That's the lowest record in the league this year, 0-2 in the second half. It'll be Dwayne Bacon leading off, playing center field today with Aaron Peel batting in the 2-hole and playing left. Shortstop Brandon Wood bats third with Matt Brown cleaning up, playing third base. Today's designated hitter, Greg Porter, batting in the 5-hole with Nathan Haynes getting his second start with the Travs, batting sixth in right field. Catching tonight, Brent Del Chiaro is the 7-hitter. Matt Pauley bats eighth and plays first base, and batting ninth at second base, Devin Day. You'll notice Eric Rodland's name out of the lineup for the second game in a row. Rodland is sidelined with a pulled left quad muscle and is not going to push it for the moment. There is a chance that Rodland would be back to action tomorrow. A close-up look at our starting pitching matchup. It'll be a left-hander on the mound for the Hooks. Josh Mickey, a native of San Diego, 6'3", 195 pounds. He is 24 years old out of Loyola Marymount in California. Mickey, start of the season in the bullpen for the Hooks, made just one appearance on April 6th before getting hit by a comebacker off the bat of John Nelson and broke his left wrist. And so Mickey was out of the lineup from April the 7th until May 21st. This will be his fourth start of the season. Come out of the bullpen, actually be his third start of the season. He's come out of the bullpen 7 times. He's had a very tough season so far with no wins, 3 losses, and an ERA at 13.80. He has surrendered 32 hits in 15 innings, 3 of them home runs. He's walked 9, struck out 12. The Texas League batting a robust .444 against Josh Mickey. He was a 5th-round pick in 2003 out of Loyola Marymount, and this year his 4th professional season. On the mound tonight for the Arkansas Travelers, right-hander Jesse Smith, 6'2" native of Lincoln, Nebraska, 26 years old on July the 11th, so at the moment 25. Smith making his 15th start of the season. It'll be his 16th appearance overall. The all-star right-hander has gone 3-8, and he's leading 8 losses, but a .450 ERA, which is certainly respectable on a team that has an earned run average at .576. Smith has worked 80 innings, allowing 104 base hits. 7 of them have left the ballpark, a .316 batting average against Jesse. He's walked 28, striking out 41, and he has lost each of his last 7 decisions. Last time out, second game of the doubleheader against Wichita Sunday, he allowed a 7 hits and 6 runs in his second shortest start of the season, appearing in his 2 1/3 innings, and then Smith was not used in the All-Star game on Tuesday. Those are your starting lineups for the Travelers and the Corpus Christi Hooks here on a beautiful Saturday night at Whataburger Field next to the Corpus Christi Channel. Umpire crew for today's ball game. Behind the dish is Aaron Banks. It is Rob Hansen at third base, and the crew chief, Jason Stein. His father, Bill Stein, is a former Arkansas Traveler player. Stein is going to be calling the outs at first base today. The Hooks are waiting for Mickey to complete his warm-ups. As they do, we'll take another break, come back with a couple more words on the ITT Tech pregame show here on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
He's been a sports anchor on TV. He's reported on games of the Kansas City Chiefs. He hosts NFL postgame shows week after week. But he still hasn't quit his day job. Gordon Docking is the Chief Executive Officer of St. Mary's Hospital in suburban Kansas City. He's distinguished himself nationally as an innovator in healthcare, impacting the design of the hospitals of tomorrow. But before he was CEO, he was a master's degree student at Webster University. Today, he's an achiever in many walks of life. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge for real-world success.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Back at Whataburger Field as the Hooks starting pitcher Josh Mickey has just started to walk out of the bullpen on the left field side. of the outfield fence, and so it's about set for the Hooks to take the field shortly. A reminder, fans, that the tickets for the last game ever at Raywinder Field are on sale Monday. That last game is Sunday, September 3rd. We've got a special commemorative ticket available at Raywinder Field for every fan that buys not just a box seat, but also a general admission ticket. Those special commemorative tickets are available, and they're on sale Monday. You can dial us up at 664-1555 or just show up at the Raywinder Field box office. The box office opens at 9:30 in the morning on Monday. And tickets, as usual, $6 general admission for adults, $3 for kids 14 and under. You move in the box seats for just $2 more. It's going to be one of the most special days in the sports history of the state of Arkansas. I would like to thank Val Hansen and Remax for helping to sponsor those special commemorative tickets. This is the third game of a 7-game road trip. Travs finish off the series tomorrow at 6:05 here at Whataburger Field, and then on to San Antonio for a 7:05 first pitch Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. 7:05 first pitch each night. The Travs are off Thursday before returning to Raywinder Field for a 4-game homestand against the Tulsa Drillers Friday, June 30th through Tuesday, July the 4th. Of course, we'll be off on Sunday. June 30th will be an outstanding giveaway. We're celebrating North Little Rock, the city that built Dickie Stevens Park with a North Little Rock cap for the first 1,000 paid adults, courtesy of Union Pacific and Fox 16. Saturday, July 1st, a Saturday doubleheader starting at 6:30. It's umbrellas given away to the first 1,000 paid adults, courtesy of Academy Sports and Comcast. Of course, we know it never rains at Raywinder Field, so you need that umbrella for next year at Dickie Stevens Park if you're sitting anywhere where there is no cover in a covered grandstand. Meanwhile, on Monday, July the 3rd, we've got the first fireworks in the Rock, sponsored by Bank of America and Allstate. The first 1,000 kids receive a free gift from Lando Frost. And then we'll celebrate America's independence with a special 1:30 first pitch on Tuesday, July the 4th. It'll be the Drillers in town, and you can get a discount ticket at any Pulaski County Exxon gas station for Tuesday, July 4th game as the Travelers celebrate the independence of our fine country. First pitch on Tuesday, July 4th, set for 1:30. And plenty of time, of course, to head downtown and watch the splendid fireworks display on the river. Hooks are taking their positions. Travelers in the first base dugout are ready to take their swing, and we are ready for baseball here at Whataburger Field. So we've got one more break to take. We come back with the first pitch. The Travs and the Hooks here on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
We're set for baseball here at Corpus Christi's Whataburger Field as the Travelers see the Hooks take their positions, and Josh Mickey is the Travs target tonight. Mickey has replaced Josh Miller in the starting rotation for the Corpus Christi Hooks. Miller, who had started out the season with 7 wins in his first 9 decisions and has now dropped to 7-6, but still a respectable ERA at 3.59. Miller has now been moved into the bullpen. He'll be relegated to long relief duty for the moment, and now Mickey, who has had a very tough season in a couple of different ways, takes over the third spot in the rotation here in the second half. Mickey was drafted in the 5th round in 2003 out of Loyola Marymount by the Astros, put together his first 3 seasons, very respectable numbers. 22 wins, 16 losses, and a 3.85 ERA over the 03, 04, and 05 seasons. Last season in the Carolina League, even though he had the second most losses, 12, he also held the 6th lowest league ERA at 3.67. But this year, Mickey started the season in the bullpen, and on opening day, it is his wrist broken on a hard comebacker by San Antonio's John Nelson. And you see Nelson takes a big swing every time he's at the plate, and if he makes contact, look out. And unfortunately, Mickey's wrist got in the way, and it caused him to go onto the disabled list for almost 2 months, about 5 weeks. Mickey was on the DL. He returned on May 22nd, and it has been slow going for Mickey ever since, with an ERA at 13.80. And so Mickey hasn't pitched any longer than 3 1/3 innings this year. It'll be interesting to see how long he can go today against the Arkansas Travelers. This will be our first look at Mickey. It was just his 10th game ever at Double-A. Native of San Diego. And he is the only left-hander in the starting rotation for the Corpus Christi Hooks. Dwayne Bacon stepping into the batter's box. Mickey dusting off the pitcher's rubber. Mickey appears to have a bit of a slight build, listed at 6'3", 195. Climbs on top of the hill, and as usual, the corners will play in a little bit with Dwayne Bacon at the plate. Bacon bats on the right side against the southpaw, and here's our first pitch at 7-11. It is off the plate outside, ball 1. Game time temperature here in Corpus Christi is 89 degrees, but it feels like 94 with the humidity. Here's the 1-0 to Bacon, and it's up high, 2 balls, no strikes. Just a couple of clouds up above us. The wind blowing across the outfield right to left, from the right field corner to the left field corner, as usual. The 2-0 pitch to Bacon. He swings and bloops it over first base into foul territory. That's going to fall on the warning track for a strike, and it's 2-1 on Travelers center fielder. Bacon hitting .212 after a 2-for-6 night yesterday at a bunch single, an RBI single, scored a run, but as many of the Travelers did against the Hooks bullpen yesterday, Bacon struck out twice. Hooks bullpen yesterday was just dominating. It's a 2-1 count, and here's the pitch to Dwayne. Swinging a chopper foul outside third base. Tyrone Boykin there to pick it up cleanly with his big left paw. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Bacon, with Aaron Peel and Brandon Wood coming up next. 3 homers per day. Dwayne, 23 runs batted in. He is 2 for 10 of the series, with half of his at-bats ending in strikeouts. Here's a 2-2 from the left-hander. Bacon takes a high fastball and runs the count full. It appears that Mickey throws pretty hard. That was measured at 90 miles an hour on the AT&T Yahoo high-speed radar gun. Here's a payoff to Bacon. A swing and a shot up the middle. Charging is Anderson to make the running catch. And there's one away on the first at-bat of the ball game. Bacon hits it hard, but right where Anderson was waiting for it. Here's Aaron Peel. Defensively behind Mickey. He's got the top outfield defensively in the league. Jorge Cortez hasn't committed an error. He's at left. Josh Anderson goes out and gets it. He's in center. Hunter Pence, possibly the strongest arm in the league, in right. Saccomanno, the third baseman. Ben Zobrist is short. Johnny Ash at second. And Walter Young at first. Here's a pitch to Aaron Peel. Slider over the plate, 0-1. Davidson behind the dish. And although the outfield is a strength for the Hooks, the infield defense a little bit shaky at times. Peel, 1 for 8 of the series. Pitch on the way to the right-hander. Inside, 1 ball, 1 strike. Aaron had a 6-game hit streak end yesterday, finishing 0 for 5, though he did aid the Travs with a sacrifice bunt. Here's the 1-1 pitch to Peel. A swing and a fly ball down the left field line, very shallow. Cortez charging in, and in fair territory, he makes the catch. And there's 2 outs. That'll bring up Brandon Wood. The Hooks with a 43-28 record. They have one of the top ball clubs when playing at home this year. This will be their 39th home game. They've won 26 of 38 here at Whataburger Field. They've got a distinct home field advantage with a good home crowd. Brandon Wood is 1 for 8 in this series with 6 strikeouts. A pitch from Mickey is outside, ball 1. Wood's 1 hit in the series was a go-ahead single in the 5th inning yesterday to get the Travs a mid-inning lead. Here's the 1-0. And there's a called strike on the inside corner. It was Wood's 48th run batted in. He ranks 6th in the Texas League, 1 behind Corpus Christi's J.R. House for 5th. And Wood is 10 behind Joe Kashansky of Tulsa for the league lead in RBI. A 1-1 pitch, a fastball for a called strike right on the outside corner. Nice delivery by Mickey, and it's 1-2 on Wood. Traveler batters have whiffed 33 times in the series. Mickey back to work, and Wood takes a slider in the dirt. It's 2-2. Still, even with all the strikeouts, Wood is batting .284. And considering if he would, they say this a lot about other batters. If he put the ball in play more, he'd probably be batting .350, but that's a big if. Got to remember, one of the things that makes Wood the hitter that he is the swings that he takes. And sometimes that's the reason he strikes out. The 2-2 pitch, a little outside, ball 3, full count on Wood with Matt Brown on deck. Mickey's gone full against 2 batters in the first inning. Here's a payoff pitch. Brandon swings, hits it high in the air down the left field line. Cortez has room, drifts into the corner a little bit, and he makes the catch. Wood just a little bit out in front of that pitch, and the Travelers go down 1-2-3. That'll take us to the bottom of the first as the Travs send Jesse Smith to the hill against Corpus Christi. We'll have that bottom of the first inning after this commercial break on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
A young married couple sat silently on a porch swing one warm June evening. The young wife looked over at her new husband and asked, "George, do you think my eyes are beautiful?" "Yep," answered George. A minute went by. "George, do you think my hair is attractive?" Again, George answered, "Yep." More time passed. "George, would you say that I have a gorgeous figure?" Once again, George answered yes. "Oh, George," she gushed, "you say the nicest things." I'm Mark Evans, pastor of the Church at Rock Creek. You know, when you're building a marriage, you have to learn how to talk to each other. Think about it.
The Church at Rock Creek has 4 weekend services. Worship times are Sunday mornings at 8 a.m., 9:30 a.m., and 11 a.m., and Monday night at 7 p.m. For more information, call 225-8684 or look on the web at www.churchatrockcreek.org.
We've got a crazy fan on the field here, folks. He's wearing more body paint than a Mustang, Bob. Uh-oh, here come the refs. But he's not slowing down. Fakes left, goes right, throws the straight arm. He's made it past the end zone. Say hello to Mr. Goalpost.
Sports injuries can be ugly, but with some of the best orthopedic physicians in the state, Baptist Health in Ortho, Arkansas deliver the kind of care that can help you get back on your feet and back to the games you love. For an athletic trainer or for more information, call Baptist Health Healthline, 227-8478.
Oh, he's going to feel that in the morning.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Jesse Smith takes the hill today for the Travs. He's warming up in the bottom of the first inning as Arkansas goes down in order in the top of the first inning. Well, I'll tell you, Jesse Smith, he may be 2006 version of Billy Stokely. You remember Billy Stokely back in the 2002 season led the Texas League with 4 complete games, but also led the league in losses. And Smith, well, this year he's completed 2 games. And those 2 complete games tie him for the league lead with a couple of drillers, Mark Kaiser and Steven Register. But Smith's 8 losses also stand as the high in the Texas League. And Jesse certainly doesn't deserve all 8 of those losses. And it's been a rough go of it recently for Jesse. After a 3-game personal winning streak, which 2 of those wins were against Corpus Christi, he has lost his last 7 decisions. 6 losses in a row until it was broken with a no decision at Springfield on June the 13th. His last time out for Jesse, second shortest appearance of the year, lasting only 2 1/3 innings against the Wichita Wranglers in the final game of the first half, and giving up 6 runs on 7 hits and 3 walks. Smith ready to face Josh Anderson, left-hand batting leadoff man for the Hooks, who was 0 for 6 in yesterday's 12-inning battle. Corners will play in as Smith reads the sign from Brent Del Tiaro. Wind up and a first pitch fastball low. 1-0. Now, Smith has mentioned he's won 2 games against the Hooks. He has pitched very well against them. Beat them 8-5 on the 1st of May and won 8-3 at home against the Hooks on May 7th. The 1-0 pitch is a fastball over the outside corner, 1-1 on Anderson. He was batting .310 this year with 2 home runs and 30 runs batted in. Smith with the step back, the lift of the leg of the 1-1 pitch. The off speed was inside, ball 2, 2-1. Jesse's numbers against the Hooks, a .395 ERA. He's allowing only a .231 batting average against the Corpus Christi. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Anderson pulls it foul. Little squibber dying at the warning track in front of the first base dugout. The ball boy scoops it up. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Anderson. Impressive numbers for Smith against the Hooks, also with the perspective that Corpus Christi's .283 team batting average is the highest in the Texas League. I think we just heard Jesse's father, Mr. Smith, shouting that old-fashioned finish him when Jesse gets the 2 strikes. Here's the 2-2 delivery. And he finished him with a changeup, swing and a miss. 1 away. Usually you know if Jesse's father is in the stands, he makes it known. It sounds very much like a line from the Karate Kid. Finish him. And Jesse does so. So for Smith, his 42nd strikeout in 80 1/3 innings. Now Ben Zobrist stands into the plate. Switch hitting shortstop will bat left-handed. Brown plays off the line a couple extra feet, but still at the cut of the grass. And a pitch to Zobrist inside, ball 1. Zobrist is .332 hitter. His average is the 2nd highest in the Texas League, and it's also the 2nd highest on the Hooks. Actually, the 3rd highest on the Hooks. Johnny Ash leads Corpus Christi with an average of .348, but he doesn't qualify for the Texas League lead. Here's the 1-0. Low and inside, ball 2. 2-0 on Zobrist with 3 hits yesterday, including his 24th double. Couple of singles, and he scored the winning run in front of Pence on Hunter's 2-run homer. Here's a 2-0, and it is low, ball 3. 3-0 on Zobrist. Has an outstanding eye, ranking 2nd in the league with 40 bases on balls. His .429 on base percentage. And it ranks 2nd in the league. Zobrist ready first. The pitch from Smith is low and inside, and he walks him on 4 deliveries. Zobrist heads down the first base line, and here's Hunter Pence. Pence gets a nice ovation from the home crowd here at the Big Burger after sending them home happy yesterday with a walk-off 2-run homer, an absolute no-doubt shot on a first-pitch fastball from Miguel Gonzalez. Pence had a miserable series up until that home run. He'd been 0 for 9. Big right-hand batter hovering over the plate with an open stance. Smith starts him with a fastball for a called strike. Pence is 2nd in the league with the 18 homers. His 56 RBIs also 2nd in the league, only to Joe Kashansky in both categories. Pence's average is .287. Bouncing the bat up his right shoulder. Pence waiting. Smith's pitch. High chopper foul outside third base as Pence chased a slider that dove away at the last second. Nice pick there by Smith. And Pence is down to the count 0-2. Bottom of the first, no score. Travelers went down in order against Josh Mickey. Jesse Smith trying to pitch around a 1-out walk with Zobrist at first. There's Mr. Smith again. He's pretty close to the crowd microphone. 0-2. Smith gets the sign, gets a look over at Zobrist. Now at the belt. And the 0-2 to Pence. Hard shot to short, scooped up by Wood on a bounce over to Dan, 2nd, 1 out. The relay to first, not in time. Pence, who has decent speed, legs it out and saves the double play to bring up Jorge Cortez. So Pence was running hard from the second he hit it just to give Cortez a chance to come up to the plate. Cortez batting cleanup. which not necessarily a role you would look at him, but the Hooks don't really look at the cleanup spot as a big power spot of the lineup. J.R. House, who usually bats cleanup, has hit 8 homers, which is a decent total, but they've got Pence batting third with 18 homers, Bonifay batting fifth with 12 long balls, and Cortez has hit just 4. Hits a little fister to shallow left field on the first pitch. It's going to fall in. Played on a bounce by Aaron Peel. It reached high for that ball. It'll be a single for Jorge Cortez, who came into this game with the league's longest hit streak with 19 games with a base hit in a row, and now that makes it an even 20 consecutive games with a hit for the batter from Barranquilla, Colombia. So the Hooks trying to get a 2-out run here in the bottom of the first with Josh Bonifay standing into the batter's box. Bonifay had 1 hit yesterday, and it was a hit that hurt pretty badly. The Travs had a 2-run lead on the 8th inning. Bonifay stepped to the plate with men at first and second. Swung at a first pitch from Bill Edwards and hit it high to right center field. Dwayne Bacon gave good effort at it, but after he dove for the ball, got a glove on it, and it popped out. Bonifay credited with a 2-run double, tying the game. Right-hand batter, and a pitch from Smith, a swing and a miss by Bonifay, chasing a high heater, 0-1. The Bonifay has collected 4 base hits in this series, 2 doubles and 1 homer. He's driven in 3. 263 batting average on the year. Pence off of second with Devin Day holding him. Cortez at first with Paulie a step behind him. Now Paulie backs off a little bit, so does Day, and the 0-1 pitch to Bonifay is grounded foul past the coach at third base, Dave Clark. And the count 0-2 on Bonifay. Bonifay struck out 2 times in yesterday's game. Smith has 1 strikeout today. Jesse not necessarily a strikeout pitcher, though on the Traveler Ball Club he qualifies as a strikeout pitcher. Here's the 0-2. Fastball up high, and Bonifay not climbing the ladder. Ball 1. Smith's 41 strikeouts would rank second on the team, at least amongst active pitchers. Remember, you're dealing with a team that does not have Steven Shell any longer. Daniel Davidson, the team leader, with 47 wins. The 1-2 pitch. Struck him out swinging, got him with a slider, and Bonifay whipped to end the first inning. 2 strikeouts for Smith and a scoreless first. He leaves 2 men aboard. And heading into the top of the second, it's the Travelers nothing and the Hooks nothing on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Did you know that more than 250 Arkansans are currently awaiting an organ transplant? And did you know that every 16 minutes, a new name is added to the organ transplant waiting list? You can help to reduce these numbers by registering to become an organ donor. Call the Arkansas Regional Organ Recovery Agency at 866-660-5433 or visit the Aurora website at www.arora.org to learn more. Become an organ donor. Give hope. In today's busy world, who has time for questions? Where to go, how to get there, what to eat? With over 30 locations in Central, North Central, and Northeast Arkansas, Double B's has the answers. Double B's makes it easy to stop in and get on with your day, wherever you are. Start your day with Double B's Coffee Cafe. Gourmet coffee, better than most coffee houses. Grab lunch on the go with delicious selections from Quiznos, Pizza Pro, Baskin-Robbins, Chester's Fried Chicken, or Subway. Clean your auto with a car wash. And all Double B's locations feature pay-at-the-pump technology, so you're back on the road in no time. Make the most of your time and stop worrying about life's little questions. We've got the answers at Double B's.
Dr. Pepper, the taste of originality, Dr. Pepper. Food individuality, Dr. Pepper. Do what you do, your moment has come. You're not like anyone. Nothing's better, Dr. Pepper.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Top of the second inning, 0-0 score. We've got to go to the number 4 batter for the Travelers, Matt Brown. Josh Mickey on the hill, so the Hooks set down Arkansas in order in the first with 3 fly ball outs. I'll tell you what, Brandon Wood just missed getting the ball out of the park. A little bit in front of a pitch from Mickey. Here's Brown. .283 batting average standing in, and a pitch on the way from the left-hander. Brown will foul it off the tip of the bat, over the net, and off the side of one of the luxury suites. It's the right of the broadcast booth. It's 0-1 on Brown. Brown 0 for 4 in last night's loss. 2 walks, 2 strikeouts. The 0-1 is pulled on the ground through the 6th hole and into left field. A base hit from Matt Brown. Now the Hooks had defended Brown, sending Saccomanno, the third baseman, way behind third and playing only 4 or 5 feet off the line. That opened up a big hole through shortstop. And Matt Brown uses that hole and pokes it right through for the first base hit for the Travelers tonight. Brown's second hit of the series, and that'll bring up Greg Porter. Porter hitting the ball pretty well in the series, 3 for 8, a couple of doubles and a 2-run homer in the loss on Thursday. Left-hand batter against the lefty Mickey, and here's a pitch. It's up high, ball 1. Now Porter hits left-handers pretty well. In fact, he's hitting above 350 against left-handers. Mickey pitching from right down the middle of the rubber, gets a look at Brown, has a decent lead. The pitch to Porter is sliced over the third base dugout into the seat, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike on Greg Porter. See a little bit more exact on Porter's average against left-handers. Greg is batting .317 against lefties. Thought it was a .350, but dropped down a little bit. But still .317 against lefties, pretty strong. The 1-1 fisted foul into the railing at the third base dugout. Nice pitch by Mickey, right in Greg Porter's kitchen. Strike 2. Mickey, the numbers this year are just tweaked on Mickey because he hasn't really had much time to get settled in. A .444 batting average against him overall, and left-handers batting .414 against him. Mickey into the stretch, and here's the 1-2. Porter is hit by the pitch right on the number 8. And so Mickey was ahead of the count 1-2, but puts Porter on base. Nathan Haynes coming up. That's the second batter that Josh Mickey has hit this year. And Porter is hit by a pitch for the 3rd time. I would imagine, since I'm saying his name so much, you'd think that Mickey's name is M-I-C-K-E-Y. No, it isn't. If you would pronounce it the way it was spelled, it would be Muecke, M-U-E-C-K-E. No silent letters there. Here's Haynes, lefty versus lefty. Corner's coming up in case he bunts. And a lift of the leg by Mickey and a turn to second, but Haynes didn't give away whether or not he was going to bunt. And remember, Haynes was decent at bunting for a hit during his first 2 years with the Travs. Will he try to sacrifice here and move him up with no outs? Seems like a good idea. Here it is. It won't square around. He takes it low, ball 1. Haynes in his second game of the Travs last night in his return to Arkansas. He was 1 for 5. Reached on an infield single, but as he attempted to steal second base in the extra innings, he slid past the bag and was tagged out. Kickoff play at second, but no throw as Brown dives in. Zobrist, the shortstop, came back. But Mickey neglected to get rid of the ball. 1-0 on Haynes. Brown at second after a leadoff single. Porter hit with a 2-strike pitch, leads from first with Young playing in front of him. And Mickey giving Brown a glance. Now here it is to Haynes. A swing and a bouncing ball foul. Bouncing up against the Arkansas dugout bench. 1-1 on Haynes. Haynes signed by the Angels out of Gary South Shore in Gary, Indiana. .265 average in Indy ball. 5 homers, 16 runs batted in. Saccomanno now even at third. And here's the 1-1. Haynes a swing and a little looper at a shallow left. It falls in. A base hit. Brown is sent home. Cortez up with the ball. Fires to second base. The tag on Porter. He is safe. With Brown scoring from second base on the hit by Haynes. It's 1-0 Travs here in the second inning and still nobody out. So So Haynes gets his first RBI of the year with the Travelers. Brown had no problem scoring on the play. Cortez a heads-up throw to second, and Porter just dove in ahead of the tag by Zobrist. And I'll tell you, with Saccomanno playing even at third base instead of back, that positioning may have cost the Hooks the out and the run. The ball didn't get in the left field by all that far. Brent Del Chiaro standing in. Let's see if he'll sacrifice. Does not square. He takes a fastball at the letters, and it's 0-1. Porter at second, Haynes at first. Del Chiaro getting his first start since the second game of the doubleheader Sunday against Wichita when he was 0 for 2 with a couple of strikeouts, reaching on a walk and scoring 1 run. Mickey a high set position. Here's the 0-1, and a swing and a miss on a high fastball, and Del Chiaro is down to the count 0-2. 0-2 on Del Chiaro, 141 batting average. 2 home runs. He's driven in 6. Outfield straightaway. Infield ready for a double play ball as Mickey gives Porter another glance. Here it is, the 0-2. Del Chiaro laid off a high fastball. 1 ball, 2 strikes from Mickey to Del Chiaro. On deck, Matt Pauley. Del Chiaro starting in place of Bobby Wilson, who caught all 12 innings yesterday. Wilson getting today off. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. The slider struck him out. So the first strikeout of the game for Mickey brings up Matt Pauley. You know, without Bobby Wilson and J.R. House, the Hooks starting catcher, not of the lineup today, got 2 of the best catchers in the league who are not playing today. Now, House, not known for his defensive work, but he's the league's leading hitter, batting at .347, a very proficient hitter. Wilson is one of the top catchers defensively in the league, and he's also holding the 10th highest average in the league at .307. Here's Matt Pauley, lefty and lefty. The first pitch is strike. Mickey put the fastball on the inside corner. Pauley 1 hit in the series, and it came yesterday in the 8th inning. He stole second base, but was stranded. Finished 1 for 5, striking out 3 times. First and second, 1 away for Pauley, who's opened his stance a little. The pitch just off the outside corner, 1-1. Pauley batting .227 with the Travs. Last 13 games, only 6 hits and 49 at-bats. So Pauley has been very hot when coming over from Rancho. Has been slumping a bit recently. Here's the 1-1. Swing and a high bounce to the first, played by Young. He'll try to start the 2. Gets you out at second. Relay from Zobrist, not in time. A nice takeout by Haynes at second as he took out Zobrist's legs sliding into the bag, and that cost the Hooks the double play. Fielder's choice, putting Pauley on base. Haynes retired 3-6, and Porter advances from second to third. So a heads-up play by Haynes keeps this inning alive, and here's the hottest hitter on the Travs roster here for the last 7 games, Devin Day. Day getting another start at second base in place of Eric Roslin, who's out with a sore quad muscle. Devin was 3 for 5 yesterday, raising his average to .220. Runner going to second. The pitch is low. Throw to second is scooped up by the second baseman, Ash. And that saves a run on the stolen base for Pauley. The ball got by Ash. Porter would have scored easily from third base. So Pauley, who's now stolen 3 bags with the Travs, had only 1 steal in his first 37 games with Arkansas, but he's stolen 2 bases in 2 games now. 1-0 the count on Day. An RBI double off the left field wall last night. He's driven in 8 runs, 5 of them in those last 7. Infield is deep. Mickey from the stretch, the 1-0 to Devin. It hung right down the middle for a strike. It's 1-1. 1-0, the Travs here in the second. 2 men in scoring position for Day. Good leads by the runners. Here's the 1-1. Low and inside, dropped by Davidson, but it dribbles only 3 feet away. The runners will hold 2-1 on Devin Day. Day has proven to be one of the more valuable members of this roster. He started at 6 different positions, He's becoming much more proficient with the bat. He looked overmatched when he first came up from Single-A Rancho Cucamonga, but he's been anything but overmatched over the last week. Here's the pitch, a swing and a ground ball. It's a base hit into left field. He drives home Porter. Here comes Smalley around third. Cortez throws to the plate. Out of the money. The tag is applied. He's out. Smalley's thrown out 7-2. A run scores on the base hit by Devin Day. He gets credit for 1 RBI, and the Travelers scored 2 runs in the second inning. 2 runs on 3 base hits with 1 man stranded and a runner gunned out at home by Jorge Cortez. We'll go to the bottom of the second. 2-0 Travs on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
The romance begins at Cupid. Choose from Central Arkansas's largest selection of apparel and lingerie in every size, style, and color. And don't forget the wide selection of menswear, toys, massage oil, and lotion. It's Cupid's Lingerie and more. 2585 Donaghy Street in the Townsend Plaza, Conway, 65th and Scott Hamilton, and 9700 North Rodney Perelman, Little Rock, plus 3360 Central Avenue in Hot Springs. Just look for the purple neon hearts, and you'll know you're in the right place. Cupid's Lingerie and more.
Hey, fans, it's easy to get discount tickets to Travs games all year thanks to Ready Ice. Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice presents Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Winder Field. Just pick up a discount coupon for any Wednesday Travs home game anywhere Ready Ice is sold, like most Shell and Exxon gas stations. Bring the coupons to the Travs box office for $3 general admission tickets to any Wednesday home game. That's Ready Ice Wednesdays at Wayne Winder Field all season long. Thanks to Arkansas's #1 ice company, Ready Ice.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Going into the bottom of the second inning here, it's a Big Burger, also known as Whataburger Field. 2-0 Arkansas against the Corpus Christi Hooks. A note, Whataburger Field, the naming rights were sold to Corpus Christi's very own burger chain, Whataburger Field. Pretty good burgers. There's a bunch of these Whataburgers around the Texas League, and as a matter of fact, I believe that the only 3 cities in the league without a Whataburger are Wichita, Springfield, and Little Rock. You know, when you've been broadcasting in the Texas League in 6 years, you take notice of what fast food restaurants are in what city. But of course, Arkansas has its very own Whataburger in Russellville next to Arkansas Tech. Walter Young leads off the second. Jesse Smith's pitch is chopped to second base. Devin Day gloves it on the second bounce, charging in from short right. And he gets an easy flip for the out on Young. 1 pitch, 1 out. And Young will trot back into the third base dugout with Mark Saccomanno coming up. Saccomanno, 2 hits in the series. 2 for 9. Had a solo home run in the 5th inning yesterday to get the Hooks within a run after the Travs took a 2-run lead. Tall right-hander with good power to left. Smith into the windup and a pitch on the way. Fastball, strike on the inside corner, 0-1. Saccomanno playing his 19th game since coming off the disabled list. He's been on the DL for the first 2 months of the year with a broken left forearm. The 0-1. Fastball, outside corner, called strike 2. Smith's got his stuff working. When you see Jesse Smith throw a first pitch strike and then put the next pitch on the other side of the plate, you know Jesse is on. Hopefully he can continue this trend. Can Smith finish Saccomanno? Here it is. Up high, a fastball, and it's 1-2. On deck, Johnny Ash. Saccomanno 2 for 9 of the series. His average only 188. He's hit 4 homers and driven in 11. Smith, a step back. Here's the 1-2. Swing and a hot shot to second, gloved by Day, and they're going to say he caught it on the line just before it would have hit the infield dirt. So 2 outs, both handled by Day. Johnny Ash coming up. Ash would qualify as the league's leading hitter if he had just a handful more at-bats. Ash hitting .348. But Ash does not have the necessary plate appearance to qualify for the league lead. Got about 170 to 180 plate appearances. He'd need about 200 to qualify. Left-hand batter, straight-legged stance. The pitch, a fastball, strike one from Smith on the inside corner. 2-0 Arkansas, bottom two. Smith would love to get a 1-2-3 inning after the Travs give him a couple of runs of support. Here's the 0-1 to Ash. A swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt, 0-2. Smith coming with a slider into the dirt. Ash 1 for 8 in the series. Yesterday 0 for 4, a rare hitless game for Ash. Now hitting 16 of 18 games. The 0-2 from Jesse. Fastball inside, and that almost hit Ash's right shoulder before zipping right by. 1 ball, 2 strikes on Johnny Ash. No homers for Ash. 7 RBIs. Here's the 1-2 delivery. Swinging a chopper to first base, played by Paulie, moving to his right. Underhand flip to Smith, who beats Ash to first base. 3-1 goes the put out, and Smith with a 1-2-3 second inning. So 2 innings in the big bad scorebook. We go to the top of the third. 2-0 Travs on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
Aviation ordnanceman, second class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside, and not many people my age can do the job that I do out in the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Navy. Accelerate your life.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Into the third inning here at Whataburger Field, the Arkansas Travelers have taken a 2-0 lead. 2 runs on 3 hits for the Travs, no runs on 1 hit for the Corpus Christi Hooks. Go to the top of the Travelers order here in the third. Dwayne Bacon will lead off, followed by Aaron Thiel and Brandon Wood. I'm Phil Elson, and joining us this inning for the second night in a row is the Director of Player Development for the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Mr. Tony Regan. Tony, nice to have you again. And yesterday when you joined me in the, I believe it was the second inning, the Travs took the lead. And so you've been good luck. We're going to have to keep you here for a couple of innings. Josh Mickey delivers to Bacon, and he misses outside with a fastball. It is 1-0. Tony, you've been here at the ballpark most of the day, and this time of year, I think anywhere in Texas or anywhere else in the Texas League, the conversation about the weather is Bacon puts a charge into the ball, a deep drive to left, way back, and you can forget about it. Dwayne Bacon, a leadoff home run, his 4th of the season. Boy, what a shot by Bacon, way over the left field berm, and Bacon makes it 3-0 Arkansas. I'll tell you what, Tony, you don't expect to see power from Bacon, but he has hit, out of the 4 homers, they've been no-doubt shots.
That's interesting to see. I like the swing from the right side. I was a little bit better than I like it from the left. He put a nice charge into that one.
325 feet from home plate to the left field corner. And Bacon must have hit that ball a good 350, 360. It was a no-doubt shot. 3-0 Travs. Aaron Thiel into the batter's box, and a pitch from Mickey is up high, a ball, 1-0. So Bacon hits the 4th home run of his season, his 24th run batted in. And here's the 1-0 pitch. Teal is swinging a pop-up over the first base side into the seats. 1 ball, 1 strike. Tony, I wonder when you see a guy like Dwayne Bacon hit a home run, do you ever hope that he doesn't fancy himself a power hitter and then start swinging for them? Because you mentioned yesterday you want to see Dwayne hit a lot of ground balls and use his speed.
Yeah, I think that's important for him. Using his speed, using the tools that he has is important because
1-1 to Peel. A fister off of Mickey's glove. It'll ricochet towards third. Saccomanno can only eat the ball. Aaron Peel with an infield hit, and the Travs have had a couple of base hits off Mickey here in the 3rd inning.
If he begins to swing for the fences, he gets away from really his strength, and his strength is his speed, and he has to put the ball on the ground, put the ball in play, and really use his speed to his best ability, and I think that's very important for him. We really don't, you want to see the power, but I don't think Dwayne is a power type guy.
Where you want to see the power from is from this guy at the plate right here, Brandon Wood, who flied out to left in the first, just missing a long ball. Mickey delivers, and Wood hits a towering shot foul down the left side. That ball way out of the park, but fouled by a good 150 feet, 0-1. Tony, there's been a lot of talk about Brandon this year, signifying, really focusing on his strikeouts. He has struck out 96 times this year. That's 4th most in the league. As Mickey comes into the stretch, it's the 4th most in the minors. Toss over to first, and Peel gets an easy chance back in there. Are the Angels worried about the strikeout total? Because, Brandon is just 21 years old. Besides the strikeouts, he's having a pretty good year here at Double-A.
Yeah, he's going to strike out, and we understand that. We would like to see a little less striking out from him, but the expectation is that he's going to strike out. When you have a power hitter with the power that he has, the strikeouts are going to come. But if he can walk and get on base along with those strikeouts, he should be fine.
Which he's doing. 34 walks and a very respectable .371 on-base percentage to go along with a .284 batting average. The 0-1 popped up down the right side. It'll go out of play as Hunter Pence gives chase over to the foul ball area, and it goes way out of play, down about 16 rows deep. 0-2 on Wood. What would be the top concern, I guess, for the Angels? What do they want to see Brandon improve upon mostly this year, especially in the second half?
Obviously, the Texas League is a league where it kind of separates the men from the boys, and we just want him to play every day.
0-2, a slider missing the outside corner, ball 1.
And just continue to get at bats and play the game, and he's going to be fine long term, and we're really not concerned about where he is right now. We just want him to continue to get at bats and just give his best effort on a daily basis, and he should be fine.
Mickey to Wood, a 1-2. He pulls it foul on the ground and still stays alive. I just thought that there's been a little bit too much focus from certain websites or people that pay attention to the minor leagues about Wood's strikeout total, and maybe not enough to the idea that Brandon looks like a shortstop when he plays over at short. He doesn't look like he plays any other position. Here's a 1-2. A foul ball straight back into the screen as Wood and Mickey are in an official battle. 4 foul balls out of 5 pitches.
I don't read too many of the websites or many of the publications, so I don't really rely on that.
Well, you know why, Tony? Because whose opinion matters most, the websites or your opinion? You're the farm director, right?
I think you're right in that regard.
Here's a stretch by Mickey. A look over at Teal, and now the pitch to Wood. A curve in the dirt, bounces off Davidson on the third base line a couple of feet, and Teal holds at first base. It's 2-2 on Brandon Wood. I also think it's important, and I know Brandon doesn't really pay attention to those things, for him not to really be counting his strikeout total. The most important thing I've thought for Wood this year is, A, not to get hurt, B, to show that he can handle pitching at this level, which he does. And, he's got a great attitude no matter what the situation is. The 2-2 outside, fastball missing, ball 3.
Again, he just has to play every day and get his at-bats in, get his innings in on defense, and just enjoy playing baseball and having fun. And the rest will take care of itself. He's a fabulous player, and he'll be fine.
It's a 3-2 count. Teal at first, Brown on deck. 3-0 Travelers. A little flip over to first base, almost flipped away by Mickey. Walter Young had to leap in front of Aaron Teal. He must have felt like he was getting eclipsed by the moon. And Mickey really just lobbed the ball over to first base and didn't really throw it. Back to the stretch. And here it is. A A run by Peel, a swing and a fly, shallow right by Wood. Pence underneath it, and he makes the grab. A long at-bat for Wood, but he flies out. He's 0 for 2, and that'll bring Matt Brown to the plate. I also kind of wondered, Tony, about the idea of Brandon as a leader, if that is something that the Angels want to see, because as a first-round pick, as a guy that I think has a target on his back, a lot of people are paying attention to how he's been doing, and just watching how Wood interacts with his teammates. He talks to everybody. He tries to keep everybody up. He keeps it light, and I think of the leaders on this team, I think Brandon's one of them.
Yeah.
A pitch to Brown, swinging a number off the end of the bat. It squibbles away from the catcher Davidson. He wants to let it roll fair, but it dies foul, and so on one.
I think leadership is earned. It's not given. Respect is not given. It's earned. And the way Brandon goes about his business makes him a leader, and I think that he has good communication skills. He plays the game hard, and his teammates, they see that, and they follow. And he definitely has leadership skills, and I think he will be a leader, long-term for our organization, not just the Travs, but the Angels in general.
Here's an 0-1 to Matt. A fastball from Mickey at the knees. It's 0-2 on Brown. Brown a single and a run scored in the second. He started that 2-run rally and scored on the base hit by Nate Haynes. And his first RBI as a Traveler this year. Dwayne Baker led off the third with a home run. Peel hit an infield single off the pitcher. Then Wood flies out. So Brown to the plate, but in the hole 0-2. And here's Mickey's pitch. A slider ripped foul down into the third row of the third base seat. And it's still 0-2 on Brown. Matt Brown is a guy, Tony, who I think might not have been on people's... And by the way, a kid just got hit by that line drive by Brown. And his father carrying him up into the concourse and literally running him to the first aid. Oh, goodness, hope he's okay. Hushes the crowd a little bit. And Brown steps back into the plate after watching that kid get carried by his father. Here's an 0-2 pitch with Peel running way outside. The throw by Davidson. He double clutched, and the throw will not be in time. Peel with his 8th stolen base of the year. It's 1-2 on Brown, who's got an RBI chance now. But back to Brown. Talking to some scouts in the league, they've been pretty high on Matt Brown. His composure. They like his bat, and he also looks like a real third baseman. He really plays third the right way.
He has tremendous ability. Matt, he's been in our organization for a few years now, and kind of just we've been patient with him. He's gone up the organization step by step, and he definitely has some tools, and he's an interesting player. I think he has a bright future.
1-2, ground ball to first, backhand by Young on his knees, flips to Mickey for the cover at first, and they'll get the out on Brown. Almost got by Young. He seems to move fairly well for someone who's around 300 pounds. Peel advances from second to third base. And that'll bring up Greg Porter.
That's a productive at-bat for Matt. Grounding out the first baseman, but he moved the runner over, and when you make those type of outs, you're okay with them.
Porter hit by a pitch in the second and scored. A pitch to Greg, a slider. It's over the plate, 0-1. 3-0 Travs here in the top of the third. 2 runs came home in the second. Wayne Bacon led off the third with his 4th home run of the year. Porter now scored 3 runs in the series. He's got Peel at third and 5th one over the third base dugout. Strike 2. Porter now possibly the full-time designated hitter for the remainder of the year. We've seen Matt Pauley getting the bulk of the starts at first base. Greg Corse at third base last year. Here's the 0-2. A swing and a fly ball to center field down in front of a curve. Anderson towards left center a few steps, and he makes the catch. Travelers do get the leadoff homer by Dwayne Bacon. There was also another hit, and Aaron Peel is stranded at third base. We'll go to the bottom of the third. The Travelers out to a 3-0 lead over the Hook on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
From the hilltops of Atlanta to the California thing. Come on, one day across the nation, yeah. I'm a burrito in every
Most Doritos 2834 North Hills Boulevard in North Little Rock by Kroger's at North Hills and McCain. Go your own way with National Car Rental. Take a one-time trip and discover Arkansas. National's great weekend special is just what you need for a trip to the Ozarks. Or get your friends together and rent a minivan to historic Eureka Springs. National offers a wide choice of sizes and styles, from luxury cars to vans and sport utility vehicles. Unlimited mileage rates are available. National Car Rental has 2 convenient locations, Little Rock Airport and North Little Rock at 3919 Park Avenue. See National Car Rental's ad in the Yellow Pages. Go your own way with National Car Rental.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
2.5 innings will go to the bottom of the third, and the Travelers out to a 3-0 lead over the Corpus Christi Hooks. Program reminder, tomorrow it's a 6:05 first pitch. As the Travs and the Hooks start Sunday's game 1 hour before we started tonight's game. And so the ITT Tech pregame show starts at 5:45 here on AM 1380 KDXE, Air America, Little Rock. Phil Elson with you, joined by the player development director of the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim, Tony Regan. Tony, that's a mouthful to say. There's a jumble of words for the title and a jumble of words for the name of the team, but I want to make sure I get that in. As we've got Kevin Davidson leading off for the Hooks, backup catcher, starts in place of J.R. House. Jesse Smith has sent down 4 batters in a row ever since the only hit he allowed, a 2-out single in the first by Jorge Cortez. Here's a pitch to Davidson, a right-hand batter, hitting .215. Blowing outside, it's a ball, it's 1-0.
So let's just simplify it and just call me the Angels farm director.
I can call you the farm director? Okay. It's a 1-0 count on Davidson, and Smith delivers. A little flare to shallow right, and Davidson with a leadoff base hit. Picked up clean by Haynes, so a single by Davidson. And so we'll go to the top of the order with Josh Anderson. Tony, just a couple, almost 2 weeks ago exactly, 2 Sundays ago, this ballpark here, Whataburger Field, was maybe the most electric atmosphere in the Texas League since Randy Johnson made the rehab start for El Paso in 2003. The Rocket Roger Clemens made his highly publicized tour through the Astros minor leagues on his way back to the majors. Had almost 10,000 people into this ballpark. And the mayor of Corpus Christi called it one of the most important days in Corpus Christi history. As Anderson comes to the plate and Smith steps off the rubber, looking Davidson back to first. Corpus Christi has had a number of rehabs in just 2 years as the Astros affiliate. Names like Jeff Bagwell and Roger Clemens. First pitch to Anderson is fouled straight back, 0-1. Andy Pettit has also made a start. And some fans have asked me and have also complained that although they're extremely happy with the Angels affiliation, the one thing that they've missed are major leaguers on rehab. And I've given explanations, but I think it carries a little bit more weight coming from the farm director. As Smith comes into the stretch, throws over to first, Davidson dives back and is safe. So why have the Angels never sent a major league rehab to Little Rock?
Well, I think it's mostly due to logistics, and obviously we have an affiliation with the Quakes down in Rancho Cucamonga, which is about 35 minutes from the ballpark in Anaheim, and Salt Lake is relatively close. It's an hour-and-a-half flight.
Bringing a ground ball to second by Anderson. Backhand flip by Data Wood for the out. Relay to first. Rack him up. Got the double play. 4-6-3. They're unhappy with Stein's call at first, as they thought Anderson beat the relay from Wood. But boy, Wood throw a cannon laser shot right to first base and Pauly. Devin Day and Brandon Wood turn a sweet double play, and there's 2 outs to bring up Ben Zobrist. It's one of the things that makes the California League so attractive for the teams in California, and also such a shock that the Dodgers don't have an affiliate anymore in the California League, is that you've got these teams that you can send your rehabbers to. You don't have to pay for hotel rooms. You don't have to send them on a plane, and anybody from the Major League staff can go double check and see how the guys are rehabbing.
That's true, and it's so close that you can, any one of the front office people, Bill Stillman, Mike Socha if needed, Ned Burgett, the medical staff, can all go down and see.
Zobrist takes a fastball, and it's a little bit outside. Ball one.
Players on rehab, and sometimes they're day games when we do send players down there, so they can see that game and then get back to Anaheim and see the night game. So it works out logistically fine.
A 1-0 to Zobrist inside. Ball 2, 2-0. Now, I mean, on the flip side, although there haven't been any Major League rehabbers in Little Rock since the Angels became the affiliate in 2001, there aren't many other teams in the Texas League that have had as many players go from Double-A to the majors since the Travs have been with the Angels. And I think that says, I think, where the strength in the affiliation is. The pitch outside to Zobrist makes it 3-0. Zobrist walked on 4 pitches in the first, and Smith may be pitching around him here in the third. Hunter Pence on deck. 3-0 Travs here in the bottom of the third inning. Smith is ready in the windup. He delivers. Zobrist takes a strike.
Getting back to that Roger Clemens being down here in Corpus, again, I think that's logistics too, because I think Houston is a couple hours away from here, and then I think he went on to Round Rock, which is not too far from.
3-1 to Zobrist, low, ball 4. And that is the truth, too, Tony. It worked out for the Astros that they've got 2 of their affiliates here in the state of Texas. None of them are more than 2 hours away by car, 2.5 hours away by car. And, I mean, you have to remember that baseball is a business, and teams make money on smart business decisions, and part of a smart business decision is sending your rehabs to the closest city available, and I think that works for the Angels. I personally have never held the Angels, I've never held anything against the Angels for that. I think it makes a lot of sense. Some fans, however, they might think otherwise. Here's a stretch by Smith and a delivery to Pence. Outside, and it is 1-0. And the Angels have been very, I think, respectful to the Travs, especially with the talent that's come through. And as far as I'm concerned, it's nice to see major leaguers on rehab, but what you want to see are your players getting to the majors. And we've seen that. Throw over to first base, and Zobrist is back in. So let's talk about one of those guys. Mike Napoli. Tony, oh my goodness. He may be at the top of the list for American League Rookie of the Year right now. He's got 8 homers. He's hitting .313 and is turning into maybe the everyday catcher for the Angels.
He's really done a solid job.
Hence a swing and a miss on the Smith curveball. Strike 1.
He's gotten to the big leagues and hasn't been intimidated. He's worked well with the catchers, with the pitchers in our organization. He's done that throughout his career. I think the real turning point for Mike was when he went to winter ball and had a chance to play in the Dominican under those circumstances, which aren't ideal, but there's a lot of pressure in those situations, and he just went to the big leagues and has been outstanding.
Zobrist running the pitch low, throw to second by Del Tiara, skipped up to the bag where Devin Day tried to corral it in his midsection, but couldn't take it cleanly, and it'll be a steal for Ben Zobrist, his 3rd of the year. Pence on a 2-1 count has a chance to drive in a run. So the Dominican Winter League, and you bring that up, yes, there is a lot of pressure there because those teams, the guys that are going there, they're paid to win. And I guess that's certainly a different kind of a setting than in the Arizona Fall League, which, I mean, is more of a league for scouts to go watching guys and for development and working with coaches. Long look by Smith at Zobrist, and he'll step off. So when you send somebody to the instructional league, or not the instructional league, but the winter league, whether it's Venezuela or Puerto Rico or the Dominican Republic, you're sending guys there because you think they have a chance to get to that next level.
Absolutely, and we think that a key point is putting them in pressure situations.
The 2-1 a curve, low and away, ball 3 to Pence,
and see how they react to those situations. Again, like you said. In the winter league, they're there to win and win at all costs, and the fans are into the games, and the atmosphere is very intense, and those players that come out of there really come out of there, with an idea of how to perform under pressure.
3-1 pitch. Pence takes the fastball in and missed low and away. Consecutive 2-out walks by Smith has given the Cooks a chance to tie the game as Jorge Cortez comes up, representing the tying run. Cortez singled in the first inning. He's on a 20-game hit streak and has driven in 22 runs this year. But although he has 5 hits in this series, only 1 run batted in. Tony, I would imagine you've been down to the Dominican Winter Leagues, Puerto Rican Winter Leagues and whatnot. I've heard, never seen, but have heard that there really isn't anything like the atmosphere at the Winter League games, especially when it comes to the Caribbean Series. And it is just crazy.
It is very intense, and
it's from Smith, a curve, missed the outside corner, 1-0 on Cortez, a left-hand hitter.
The fans are what's very interesting because they are into every pitch. It is noisy, it is loud, and they really take their baseball seriously down there.
The stretch by Smith, a glance at second to Zobrist, and here's the 1-0. Cortez swings and fouls it back, a fastball over the outside corner, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Now, do you remember the first time you went and saw a Winter League game in the Dominican or Puerto Rico?
It was probably around 1995.
Were you ready for the fervor that the fans displayed?
No, I wasn't, because it's definitely different than what you see in the States.
Here's a 1-1 pitch. Swing, a ground ball pulled on the right side, gloved by Pauly into the hole. Flips to Smith for the out at first, and a nice job by Smith getting out of the third inning. Is not allowed to run through 3 frames. Want to stick around for another half inning, Tony? Sure. We'll talk all about Caribbean baseball. There's 1 hit, 2 men left on base for the Hooks, but after 3 innings, it's the Travelers 3 and the Hooks nothing. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDSD.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with deductible rewards. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Stone Lake Golf Course is one of Central Arkansas's hidden sports gems. Located just 1 mile off I-440 on Faulkner Lake Road, Stone Lake features a unique link-style course and some of the most reasonable green speeds around, complete with driving range plus chipping and putting greens and a full-range snack bar. Stone Lake has everything a good duffer needs. Check out a hole-by-hole description on stonelakes.net or call 945-0945 for Stone Lake.
Faithfully chronicling the Bush administration implosion. Air America Little Rock. 1380 KDXD North Little Rock.
3 innings in the Big Bad scorebook. We go to the top of the 4th. 3-0 Travelers with Nathan Haynes leading off, taking a pitch inside from Josh Mickey. Totals for the Travelers: 3 runs, 5 hits, no errors. They stranded 2. Haynes an RBI single in the second. Mickey delivers, and Haynes hits a flare over short, a base hit. Over to the gap goes Cortez to field it on 2 bounces, and Nate Haynes has 2 hits, both of them to left field. And the Travs now have recorded 6 base hits. Total for the Hooks are no runs, 2 hits, no errors. They have stranded 4 men. They've reached on 3 walks, but only the 2 base hits, both single. Brentel Chiaro coming up to the plate. He struck out in the second. Phil Elson here with you, along with the farm director of the Los Angeles Angels, Tony Regan. There's a pitch to Del Chiaro from Mickey is outside, ball 1. When the inning ended in the 3rd, Tony and I have been talking about the atmosphere at Caribbean baseball games, and the first time that Tony had ever been to a Caribbean game, it wasn't quite ready for the fervor. When we watch baseball here in the States, the 1-0 to Del Chiaro was low, ball 2. Generally, baseball fans in the States don't rise and fall with every pitch unless it's a playoff game, World Series. But still, even in that atmosphere, it's not quite as loud or, how should I put it, musical, I think, is what I've heard from Caribbean ball games. Mickey into the stretch, Haynes running, a swing and a foul straight back, 2-1.
There's a number of things going on in the stands at all times. It's the volume level at those games it's tremendous. There might be drummers and festive sounds going on throughout the game. You may see people running across the field at any time. There's cheerleaders on the dugout who are very energetic, and it's just a wild atmosphere. It's almost like Carnival.
The 2-1 pitch is up high to Del Chiaro, ball 3. Are they giving away beads for favors in the stands, too?
They don't go that far.
Not quite that far.
But it's interesting, let me tell you.
Now, I mean, they have big drums and musical instruments. Do the Angels even allow a musical instrument to come into Angels Stadium?
No, I just remember
They're over to first, and Haynes is back in.
In 2002, when we were going for the World Championship, we had the Thunder Sticks, and that was probably as loud as I've ever been around. But in the Dominican and Venezuela and Puerto Rico, it is extremely loud at all times throughout the ballgame.
3-1 to Del Chiaro. Haynes on the move. A ball low from Mickey, and he walks. Brent Del Chiaro, first walk from Mickey. He's also hit a batter and allowed 6 base hits, so things not going very well here for Josh Mickey. Plus, the Travs have a 3-0 lead. Matt Pauley will come up to the plate, and it looks like the Hooks are going to get some action with the bullpen. On to the mound goes Kenny Davidson, the catcher. And now Joe Slusarski emerges from the Hooks dugout and begins to walk out to the hill. And so they will give that right-hander a chance to warm up a little bit longer. Right-hander warming up. And that is Josh Miller, who the Hooks are either going to start Mickey or Miller today. And Miller, the long man, out of the bullpen. And so it looks like Miller might be coming in sometime sooner. The Travs put together a rally here in the 4th inning. Plate umpire Aaron Banks walking out to the hill to try to break this thing up. Tony, when is it that the Angels decided who they want to send to the Caribbean leagues, and when do they usually do that?
We're getting close to that point now where we'll make the decision on which guys are going to go to winter ball. And we asked a lot of players to go, and some players want to go and some players don't. We have an idea really before the season starts who we think might benefit from winter ball, but the decisions as to asking the players if they're willing to go, that starts to come about now.
Matt Pauley standing into the plate. An impromptu happy birthday breaks out. And here's a lift of the leg by Mickey. He looks to second and does not throw the ball. It's an odd time for an impromptu happy birthday. Right at a pressure cooker spot for Josh Mickey with Travs at first and second and nobody out. Corners playing in case Pauley bunts. He pulled a ground ball to first in the second inning. Stole second, but was thrown out at home on Devin Day's hit. He'll square, look to bunt, got it down. Beautiful bunt. Mickey has one play, it's at first. His flip to first is in time with the second baseman Ash covering, so that play goes 1-4 on the sac bunt for Matt Pauley. And it is Pauley's first sacrifice for the Travs. On to third, Haynes, the second, Del Chiaro.
Those are the things that we have to do in order to get better and play better. We have to execute in these type of situations. We're getting that bunt down. It's an excellent job.
And Devin Day, who had an RBI single in the second, has another RBI chance here in the 4th. Second baseman Ash, a third of the way towards first base, playing a couple of steps behind the line. Here's a pitch. Day takes low, ball 1. Outfielders come a little bit further in. Anderson playing a little shallower in center. Right fielder Pence, a couple of steps in. Left fielder Cortez, normal depth. Day with 6 RBIs in his last 8 games. The 1-0. Swing and a miss on the Mickey breaking ball. 1 ball, 1 strike. At third base, Nate Haynes. He led off the 4th with a single to left. Del Chiaro worked a walk, and both were pushed up on the sac bunt by Pauley. Travs would love to get ahead 5-0 in the 4th. And possibly knock Mickey out of the game, get into the tired Corpus Christi bullpen. Here's a 1-1. Day swings, dribbler towards third base, charging from third. Haynes will score. Saccomanno's throw goes to first, and it is in time to record the out on Day. But it makes it 4-0 on Day's second RBI of the game, and Del Chiaro advances from second to third. This is something that I've talked about with Keith Johnson at times, Tony, is the idea that when you've got men at second and third base, less than 2 outs, the most important thing, of course, is making contact.
That's true. And if Matt Pauley doesn't get that bunt down, we're not in this situation where a slow dribbler down the third base line scores a run, and that's really a productive out.
Dwayne Bacon homered last time out. He shows bunt that takes a strike. So this is the epitome of manufacturing a run. A single, a walk, a sacrifice, and a ground out.
So what it does is it forces your opponent, the opposition, it puts pressure on them to make plays. And if you can keep the pressure on them and off yourself, I think you have a good chance.
0-1 is a little bit low. 1 ball, 1 strike. And the idea at this point of the game, you're already up 3-0. If you can tack on a run here, a run there, and it continues, as you said, put pressure on the home club as you get into the late innings. The 1-1 to Bacon, slider low and inside, ball 2. It seems that the Angels are all about putting their opponent in a pressure-filled situation when it comes, at least to their offensive philosophy. There's been a lot of talk that the Angels don't have the sluggers that they used to have, but that team still puts pressure on a pitcher. The 2-1, strike on the outside corner, 2-2. And as guys like Mike Napoli start to come into their own as major league hitters, and although Kendra Morales is slumping now, we know he's not going to slump for much more longer. But that Angels team, this is going to be a ball club. I think it can score some runs. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Bacon takes low and makes it a full count. 4-0. The Travelers here in the 4th inning. They have scored in 3 consecutive frames. And we're spreading it around. Here's a 3-2 to Dwayne. Swing, he pops it up. Third base, foul territory. Davidson over to the warning track, and he leaps into the fence. Did he catch the ball? He did not catch it. He leaped into the railing, into the first row. An awkward-looking dive, head first into a fan that's wearing a green T-shirt and brought his glove to the ballpark. And I think that gentleman is getting booed by the fans here at Whataburger Field.
I think he had a ball in his hand, but it wasn't the right ball.
Not only does he get booed by the home crowd, but he's got a direct line of sight into the home dugout at third base. And I think Dave Clark just gave him a couple of looks.
I think he's continuing to look over there.
The Corpus Christi version of Steve Bartman. He's going to have to move out of town. 3-2 on Bacon. Here's a payoff. Low, he walks him. Oh, the fans here at Whataburger Field are not happy. Not happy with the Texas Steve Bartman. Not happy with the home plate umpire Aaron Banks. Certainly not happy with Josh Mickey. Now walked 2 batters here in the 4th inning. And this is going to be it for the young left-hander from Loyola Marymount. Dave Clark, the second-year manager and the all-star manager for the South Division, is taking Josh Mickey out of the game with 2 outs in the 4th inning. So the Travelers get into the Hooks bullpen, and this is a good thing because Corpus Christi had used their 2 aces in the pen yesterday, Highland Figueroa and Paul Estrada, for a combined 6 innings. So those 2 aces are not available for tonight or for tomorrow's game. So it's 4-0 Travelers. Will take a 60-second break for the call to the bullpen, brought to you by the new AT&T. AT&T Yahoo high-speed internet, AT&T Dish Network satellite television, voice services, and singular wireless. 4 great services, all from one place. The new AT&T, your world delivered. Josh Miller, the new pitcher for the Hooks. Here's a 60-second break with the Travelers leading 4-0. This is Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Kirk Woolsey, we happen to know that you are the world's worst backseat driver, which means, Kirk, that you like... So check out ATT.com. You can see all our best deals, like 12 months of true high-speed internet for just $12.99 a month when you order online. If you switch from your old cable company, you can get 3 months free. And with AT&T Account Manager, you can see your account activity, add services, and pay your bills online, all in one place. So that's Kirk's world. For everybody who's not Kirk, if ATT.com can deliver online control to him, it can do the same for you. Switch to the new AT&T at ATT.com, and you'll be in the driver's seat, as long as you're not riding with Kirk. SBC is now the new AT&T. The new AT&T, your world, delivered.
Taxes, other charges, and federal universal service cost recovery fee extra. High-speed internet will credit applied after 3 months paid service and excludes FUSF cost recovery and other fees. For details of additional charges, restrictions, and requirements, call 1-866-416-6471 toll-free or visit att.com/offer details. Not available in all areas.
Travelers keep the pressure on the Corpus Christi Hooks here in the 4th inning. They've knocked Josh Mickey out of the ball game, and the Hooks have replaced him with Josh Miller. When the starting rotations were set for this series, Game 3 was noted as the Hooks, they really didn't have a decision made on who they were going to start. It was either Mickey or Miller. And so Miller started the game in the bullpen, and he emerges as Mickey lasts only 3 2/3 innings today. Josh Miller, 6'1", out of Melbourne Beach, Florida, appearing in his 16th game of the year, 3rd as a reliever. Had a good season. 7 wins, 6 losses, a 3.59 ERA. Ian Harris, runners at the corners. Steps to third, looks at first. The runner's holding. Both men reach on a walk. Del Chiaro at third base. Dwayne Bacon is first. A run has scored here in the 4th inning. Nate Haynes singled, went to second on the Del Chiaro walk, moved to third on a sac bunt, and Devin Day's ground out brought Haynes home. 4-0 Travs in the 4th inning. Haynes running with the pitch, which is outside. Davidson's throw to second is too high. He is going to be called out as he slides past second base. Second game in a row that Haynes overslides second, and the tag was a slide by Johnny Ash, so that goes 2-4 on the 3rd and final out of the 4th inning. We'll take it into the bottom of the 4th. The Travs score 1 run on 1 hit. They strand a man. Going to the bottom of the 4th, 4-0 Arkansas on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sports Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Into the bottom of the 4th inning at Whataburger Field as the sun continues to set past the left field corner. We've had some cloud cover on the eastern side, or the northern side, I guess, of the Corpus Christi Channel. And the lights are starting to take their full effect. And it's cooling off a little bit. When we started this game, it was 94 degrees. At the moment, the temperature has dropped down to 84, with winds out of the southeast at 11 miles an hour. Just another beautiful night here at Corpus Christi's Whataburger Field. Phil Elson with you, along with the Angels farm director, Tony Regan, who will join us for this half inning. The Travelers leading 4-0. Jesse Smith has pitched 3 fine innings. He's had to deal with 3 walks with only 2 hits. He's struck out a couple of men and induced a double play. And left 4 men on base. Josh Bonifay leading off the 4th. He had left a couple of men on base when Smith struck him out of the 1st inning. Jesse Smith has thrown 43 pitches through 3 innings, and here's his 44th. Bonifay takes a curveball for an 0-1 count out of the inside corner. Smith, possibly, Tony, the best Traveler pitcher when it comes to getting ahead in the count. But recently he's been crossing up what the first pitch is, a fastball or a curve. The 0-1, swing and a miss. Bonifay swung late at the fastball, and it's 0-2.
Again, I think that's a situation where you put pressure on the opposition again there, getting ahead 0-1, 0-2, forces the hitters to really, bear down and take quality at bat. when you can get ahead. So that's really important for Jesse to stay ahead the rest of this game.
0-2 pitch, low and outside, ball one. Tony, this half inning, let's talk about the facilities that we've been dealing with at Raywinder Field and in the future at Dickey Stevens Park. As has happened throughout the minor leagues, there's been a huge ballpark building boom over the last 25 years. The 1-2 to Bonifay is low and outside, 2-2. Obviously, Raywinder Field substandard as a facility to play baseball in. The Angels have been, I think, very respectful with the state of the park. It's been in the best state as possible, I believe. The 2-2 is swung on and missed. And on the curveball, Smith strikes out Bonifay for the second time, and it's his third strikeout overall. Walter Young will come up next. But the Angels have new ballparks in every other city that they play in. If you're talking new parks that have been built over the last 15 years, you've got the new facility in Tempe for the minor leaguers in Arizona. Orem, Utah, brand new ballpark, Parkway Crossing. Rancho Cucamonga, the epicenter, although it's not brand new, it's still in very nice working order. Pitch to Young is outside, ball one. Cedar Rapids Veterans Memorial is only, I believe, 4 years old. Salt Lake, Franklin Covey Park is one of the top ballparks in the minors, and then there's good old Raywinder Field. Here's the 1-0 to Young, swing and a miss on a pitch in the dirt. 1 ball, 1 strike. Defense, by the way, is shifted way over to the right. Brandon Wood playing up the middle, a couple of steps to the left of second, but on the cut of the grass at center. Second baseman Day is playing deep, 3 steps to the right, and Matt Pauley is way behind first by about maybe a step onto the right field grass as well. So I would imagine that the Angels are pretty excited for the move over to Dickey Stevens Park next year. It's going to be just a great facility.
We are. Obviously, the one thing is that our player development contract expires at the end of the season. So we've talked to Bill Valentine with regard to extending our agreement, and we're excited about the possibilities of doing so. And we think that the new ballpark will be great.
1-1, a called strike at the knees, 1-2. I'd asked Bill on an interview about the development of the PDC that you guys have been talking about, and no, he has every intention of signing that contract. As a 1-2 comes to Young, and he pops it out of play down the left side, still 1-2. And I know, Bill has said before he's not big on 4-year deals. He likes the 2-year deals. But have the Angels been happy with the affiliation with the Travelers? Has it been what I guess has been expected since they came on board in 2001?
We have. We've found the community of Little Rock to be an excellent community.
1-2 to Young, down and in, ball 2.
Our players enjoy playing there. Obviously, with Raywinder being an old ballpark, it has its things that you have to, overlook. But it's been a good situation for us, and the people in the community of Little Rock have been opening their arms to us, and we're really happy.
2-2 pitch is low, and it's a full count. And now we'll be able to take that next step to another level next year with Dickey Stevens Park, and really, we won't be getting many rainouts anymore. The batting cage will be a little bit safer and completely protected from the rain. Clubhouses will be nice and big. Dugouts will be real dugouts. 3-2 pitch from Smith, low, and that'll be his 4th walk of the game, putting Young on base. Mark Saccomanno coming up next. When the Angels came on as the affiliate, Tony, in 2001, there were a lot of angry folks in Arkansas that are Cardinal fans and wanted the Cardinals to be the affiliation, almost as if it was a birthright. But I think that now, after maybe some grudging acceptance after a Texas League championship and some outstanding talent, I think that affiliation has become very strong in the community. We even see people now at Raywinder Field wearing Angels shirts and Angels hats, Angels jackets. And Bill Valentine has pointed out that he doesn't sell too many Angels things, but they're buying that off the Angels website or from their merchandise store. So he's got a little fan base in Little Rock, which I don't think many people would have expected.
Well, that's good to see. And, there's an expectation after being with the Cardinals for so long that there would be some hesitation. And
Saccomanno, the batter, and a pitch fouled back 0-1.
On accepting the Angels. But we try to do things the right way. We play the game hard. We try to put a productive team on and a competitive team on the field. And I think we've sent some quality baseball players, from Little Rock to the major leagues, and a lot of them now you see playing in the major leagues in Anaheim, and I think that's what it's all about. And that's where you build that loyalty.
1 pitch, low and away, 1 ball, 1 strike to Saccomanno, who lined down to the second.
So, the players that play in Little Rock, hopefully the fans can follow them for, 10, 15, 20 years to come. So we're trying to build a good relationship and continue to build a good relationship with the Travelers and the community of Little Rock. And, again, we're excited about the future.
Here's a 1-1 to Saccomanno. Smith with a curve called, strike 2. 1 away in the bottom of the 4th. The Travelers 4, the Hooks nothing. Tony, the Texas League, I think, is a very, very stable league when it comes to the affiliations. After a year in 2001 where there were a couple of long-time affiliates that changed major league teams, we've gone through a real period of stability. The 1-2 pitch, a curve, struck him out swinging as Saccomanno tried to hold back with a check. Late umpire Banks says he went around and both outs in the 4th inning on strikeout. Johnny Ash coming up next. Well, the Texas League we have to remember, this is the furthest west that AA baseball goes, so it's a very attractive league for, goodness, about half the teams in the major leagues. They would love to have a AA affiliate here. Take a look at what happened to the Giants after Shreveport left the league. The Giants were forced to put their AA affiliate all the way across the country in Norwich, Connecticut. Young running, the pitch high, the throw to second by Del Piero is scooped up in the dirt. Woods tags him out at second base. Big Walter Young is thrown out to end the 4th inning. And that'll end the frame. The Travelers continue to hold the lead. Tony, you've been with me 2 innings. You want to stick around another half, or you got to go down to the seats?
If you want me to stick around, I'll stick around.
Yeah, we've had such a good time, and we keep leading, so you're good luck charm. Smith, 4 shutout innings. We go to the top of the 5th. The Travelers 4, the Hooks 0. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock 1380 ADXE.
My mother said, no daughter of mine is driving a truck. I'm an 18-wheeling, double-clutching lady truck driver. There's nothing else I'd rather be doing. BC powder is this trucker's best friend. My day starts at 4 a.m. and ends 12 hours later. Out here on the road, there's a million things that's happening at once. I take BC for stress, headache, backache. I just can't pull over when my head's pounding. The reason I take BC is because it's fast and it works. I'm Carolyn from Asheboro, NC, and my pain reliever is BC.
Use direct. AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Into the 5th inning we go here at Whataburger Field as the Travelers have a 4-0 lead over the Corpus Christi Hooks. Aaron Teal leads off the 5th inning against Josh Miller. This is Phil Elson along with the Angels farm director Tony Regan, who continues to be a good luck charm. When he sat on the chair here, it was 2-0 Travs in the 3rd. It's now 4-0. First pitch to Peel, shot towards the gap in right center field with a fly ball that is going to drop in. Anderson over to cut it off, but he bobbles the ball, drops it. The right fielder Pence will pick it up, and Peel's already at second, standing with a 2-base hit. And the Travs in business against Josh Miller with Peel's second base hit of the game and his 17th double of the year. And that'll bring up Brandon Wood. So, Tony, I want to make sure that we continue what we were talking about last inning about the geography of the Texas League being so attractive for any team, I would say, probably west of the Mississippi to get their affiliate in. You only have an 18 league, so you really have to, you have to fight to get that first affiliation, and then, of course, it's a matter of keeping the affiliation. As a pitch to Wood
is low, a ball 1-0. And I remember when in 2001 when the Angels signed with the Travelers, you hadn't been promoted to farm director yet, but since you've been the farm director, this has been a very stable league. Here's the 1-0 pitch to Wood. Brandon takes a strike down the middle. He's 0 for 2 with a couple of flyouts. But I'd imagine there's some teams out there that are pretty jealous that these 8 major league teams have an affiliate in the Texas League, and they'd like to get him. Here's the 1-1 pitch. And that is low, ball 2. Another thing about the Texas League, Tony, the weather. Eastern League, where the Angels were in Erie in 99 and 2000, that's just south of Lake Erie. That's cold, April and early May.
Extremely cold. It's really tough on our ball players, that first 2 months of the season where the weather is so cold.
Pitch to Wood, a ground ball to second base. That'll move the runner up. Astros to first baseman Young, and Wood recorded out 4-3, but as you mentioned earlier, Tony, that's a productive out for Wood. He moves field from second to third base, and the Hooks will have to bring the infield up as they trail 4-0. So the weather is certainly a positive in the Texas League. I mean, here in Texas, I'd imagine it's about just as hot as it is in Anaheim right now.
Well, I live in Orange County, and it's probably 75 degrees there, so it's a little bit different.
Okay, I got that wrong. Here's a pitch to Brown, and the low and away ball 1. Brown, a single and a run in the second, a ground out in the third. So I guess it really is heaven there, over there in Orange County, isn't it?
At times. We get some warm days, but it never gets too warm where you don't have to battle the humidity or anything like that. But the Texas League is ideal for our players.
1-0 to Brown is fouled at the plate. 1 ball, 1 strike. Of course, another big thing about any league are the facilities. And the Texas League, it might be second to nobody amongst AA circuits when it comes to the facilities. I mean, here we are at Whataburger Field, and this is just a fantastic ballpark in every single aspect. Beautiful to sit and watch a game, and it's a great place for the guys to come and play. 1-1 to Brown. Popped it out of play on the right side, way out of the ballpark, 1-2.
My hat's off to the ownership group here and the way they conduct their business. They really operate first class around here.
Texas League used to have some old rickety parks when the Angels first had their affiliation with Midland. Midland was rickety itself, old Christensen Stadium. El Paso had the Dudley Dome, which I think was 290 feet down to one of the lines. The 1-2 to Brown, swinging a pitcher up the middle, a base hit to the center. How do you hit that ball? It was right on his fist, maybe off the belt buckle. Brown drives in Aaron Peel, and it's 5-0. Goodness, what a piece of hitting by Matt Brown. That was a great pitch by Miller, bearing right on the hands of Matt, but somehow he got his hands inside that ball and put it right back up the box.
And that ball wasn't hit that hard, but that goes back to the out by Brandon Wood, which forces the defense to play in, and then the ball squeaks through the middle of the diamond.
5-run lead for the Travs here on the top of the fifth with Greg Porter stepping in. Brown will lead away. A throw over to first by Miller, not in time. Josh Mickey, the starter, charged with 4 runs over 3 2/3 innings. And now Miller has given up a run here in the fifth in just 1/3 of an inning. Porter hit by a pitch in the second and scored. Right out to end the third. Another throw back to first base, and Brown is back in there. Miller keeps throwing over to first base. He thinks something's afoot. Brown drives right back into the bag safely. A name that's just come to light on my brain here, Tony, a guy that I was talking about in the pregame show. I wanted to talk about one of the prospects. Stretched by Miller. Here it is to Porter. Swing and a miss on a high fastball, 0-1. Stephen Merritt yesterday, a rain-shortened 3-hit shutout, went 6 innings for Cedar Rapids in a win over Fort Wayne. Merritt, and the Angels have had a lot of kudos, I think, for being able to sign him as a 40th round draft and follow. 0-1 to Porter, laced into left field, a base hit. Porter moving Brown to second, and he holds on the third hit of the inning, and the Travs have put up 9 base hits. Now, I don't know too much about Stephen Merritt, other than I would imagine he has a pretty good fastball, but tell us about Stephen Merritt.
Stephen's a tremendous competitor. that's another Tom Cotton sign who you saw him up in the Junior College World Series, and he was closing. And Steven, he's in the rotation now. He's built up his arm strength where he can, he can go and pitch for long stints now. And really a quality pitcher. He has 3 pitches that he commands very well, and his fastball velocity is in the low to mid 90s. And again, he competes. He reminds me a little bit of John Lackey, who was a former Trav. That just his competitiveness and the way he goes about his business, he really gets after it.
Haynes, the batter, he's 2 for 2. Couple of men on base, 1 out. Miller's fastball is under the armpits, but inside, 1-0. And you want to talk about a competitive streak? Well, John Lackey, he is the competitive streak. And Merrick, he's got the pedigree, San Jacinto Junior College. Roger Clemens and Andy Pettit from that school. The 1-0 swing, a foul back by Haynes. He put a power cut on that fastball from Miller, which was right down the pipe. Haynes singled to left in the second and knocked home a run. Again, the 4th with a base hit to left and scored the 4th Traveler run. You got Stephen Merrick and Nick Aidenhart at Cedar Rapids both having just knockout years. Merrick 8-1, a 2.14 earned run average. And I know Aidenhart has 9 wins with an ERA under 2. There's a 1-1 to Haynes. Popped it up, left side, and that'll get on the third base roof.
Nick has just been named to participate in the futures game, being a guy in low A, and that's a pretty good accomplishment, being that he's so young and just a year out of rookie ball, and I think he's going to be a good pitcher for many years to come.
Stretch by Miller, and the 1-2 to Haynes. Swing and a miss. Sharp slider struck him out. There's the second out of the inning to bring up Rendell Chiaro. A lot of people, I think, have pointed out the Traveler pitching staff has not been a strength this year. They have the 3rd highest team ERA in all of professional baseball, but there's talent on the way. You've got Jose Arredondo at Rancho Cucamonga. There's also Merrick, and there's Aidenhart at Cedar Rapids. Kevin Lynch is having a good season at Rancho Cucamonga. Kevin Jepson as well. There's a pitch to Del Chiaro. Up high, 1-0. And as we've talked about before, you don't want to rush your pitchers until they're ready for a level. And I talked about it with Keith Comstock. He notes that Bill Stoneman and yourself like to see pitchers dominate a level before they go up.
And you have to exercise patience. And
1-0 pitch. Dell takes a slider outside, ball 2.
Put all of our players in the best situations for them to compete and to perform, and you really don't want to rush players when you don't have to. And obviously, there's certain situations that you have to move a player based on injury or based on need. But if you can avoid that, we really try to be patient with all our players.
2-0 to Del Chiaro. Up high for Miller, 3-0. Del Chiaro a strikeout and a walk today. Well, my point with talking with fans about this is, and remember, we're part of a farm system. Yes, we want to win, but sometimes delayed gratification is okay. 3-0 to Del Chiaro. There's a strike on the inside corner, 3-1. Now, another question that I've been tempted to ask, the idea of scouring the independent leagues to try to shore up the pitching staff here. Is that something that the Angels have looked into before?
Yeah, we've looked at the independent leagues, and you really want to make sure that the player that you get from those leagues is a player that's going to help you.
3-1 pitch is swung on a miss, 3-2.
Some organizations go get players out of the independent leagues just to go get a player. And again, it has to be a player that fits. And Nathan Haynes is an example. He's a player that knows how we play the game and what's expected of the Angels and the Angels players. And that's when you go and get a player from the independent league. I'd really like to be familiar with those type of players.
3-2. Swing and a miss. Del Chiaro strikes out. The Travelers managed 1 run in the 5th inning on 3 base hits, and they strand a couple of men. Tony, I really appreciate your time here in the broadcast booth. Thanks for spending almost 3 innings with us.
It was fun. Thanks, Bill, for having me.
My pleasure. The score after 4.5 innings, the Arkansas Travelers 5 and the Corpus Christi Hooks nothing. Back after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
You know, to become the best barbecue restaurant in Little Rock, it takes dedicated people like us here at the Pig and Chick that are willing to wake up with the pigs to make sure that we bring home the best of the best in them hogs. Now, it's not the job for everyone, but you got to do what you got to do to make sure that every day is the best dang hog day ever. And here at the Pig and Chick, it's always the best. We slow cook our barbecues daily, making sure that it's lit, hugging good. Heck, we're known as the Great American Barbecue House here in Little Rock. We're also known around these parts as having the best dang catfish anywhere. So no matter what you're in the mood for, ribs, catfish, chicken, here at Pig and Chick, you'll always get the best meal in town. So come join us for lunch, dinner, or even let us cater your next event. Here at Pig and Chick, we take catering seriously, and we're going to make sure that your event is a huge success.
Pig in or pig out at Pig and Chick, located at 7824 JFK in Sherwood. Call us for takeout at 834-5456. And it's the same number for catering, 834-5456. Here at Pig and Chick, people start pigging out at 10:30 a.m. daily and don't stop till 9 p.m. Oh, by the way, did I mention the cafe?
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Halfway through tonight's ball game, into the bottom of the fifth, the Travelers 5 and the Corpus Christi Hooks nothing. As Tony Regans leaves the booth. Again, I'd like to just let it be known that Tony Regans is here to keep an eye on his AA ball club, make sure things are going A-OK. And although a lot of Traveler fans would say, well, things aren't going A-OK, I really appreciate Tony's openness. And we had a couple of tough questions there for him, putting him on the spot about independent leagues and how come the Travs never get any major leaguers on rehab. And we also have to remember the point of view of the Angels. And I really appreciate his candor and straightforward answers. Bottom of the fifth inning, Jesse Smith has thrown 4 quality innings. He has had to deal with 4 walks, but defense has been solid behind him. He's only given up 2 base hits. Johnny Ash begins the bottom of the fifth inning for the Hooks. Number 8 batter leading off. Brady Smith to the lefty, Ash, and he swings and hits it back to Jesse, plays it off to the left side. He'll lob it to first baseman Pauly, and there's 1 pitch and 1 out. Ash is 0 for 2. Going to check some of the scores across the Texas League here. Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. The Tulsa Drillers and the Midland Rockhounds have gone to the 7th inning. Joe Gaetti and Seth Smith homering for the Drillers, and it's 4-1 Tulsa over Midland in the 7th. Number 9 batter Kevin Davidson singled in his first at-bat. Here's his second chance. Hovering over the plate with a bent knee stance and a crouch. Smith winds and delivers low for ball. 1-0. The Wichita Wranglers have put up 9 runs in the first 3 innings against Frisco. The Wranglers lead 9-3 at the bottom of the 4th at Lawrence Dumont Stadium. The 1-0 pitch from Smith. Davidson turns away from a fastball at his shoulder. Ball 2. San Antonio has a 2-1 lead over Springfield in the bottom of the 5th inning at the Wolf. Travs will be heading to the Wolf after Sunday's game against the Hooks. The 2-0 to Davidson. A swing and a chopper to Brandon Woods. 2 Hopkins charges, gloves it, and the throw is in time. 2 away here in the 5th inning. We go to the top of the order for the 3rd time for the Corpus Christi Hooks with Josh Anderson up to the plate. Anderson is 0 for 2 and is hitless over his last 8 at-bats in the series with an 0 for 6 yesterday. He struck out and hit into a double play. Corners up just a couple of steps as Smith rocks back and delivers a curve, which didn't curve much. 1 ball, no strikes on the high breaking ball. It's a 1-0 pitch to Anderson. Here it is. Slice foul over the left side. Over the luxury suite. And the count 1 ball and 1 strike on Anderson. The blue neon lights of the USS Lexington and the Texas State Aquarium come up in the distance over the channel past right center field. Here's Smith's 1-1. Chopped foul by Anderson. Strike 2. Slowly but surely, the red lights at the top of the Harbor Bridge and over the channel come to life as well. Quite sure where that baseball came from. There's a ball that rolls from the first base dugout onto the field in front of Jesse Smith. That's where the crowd was cheering for some reason. One of the ball boys accidentally flipped it out to him. Oh no, it was a little kid in the first row who threw the ball out there. Apparently a traveler ball isn't good enough. The 1-2 to Anderson. A line drive in the center of base hit. 2-out single for Anderson, and the Hooks fans looking for reasons to cheer. Throw gets away from second, but it's backed up by Wood. Covering at second base. He gets me out at second base. Well, the throw from the center fielder, Bacon, got away from Wood at shortstop. He chased it halfway down the first base line. Anderson hesitated. But Wood with a heads-up play. Day covered at second. The out will go 8-6-4 on the single by Anderson, and I guess they'll say he's out trying to stretch it to a double. So the Hooks get nothing here in the 5th inning, and they don't strand anybody. And after 5 innings, it's the Travelers 5 and the Corpus Christi Hooks nothing. Heading to the 6th on Air America Little Rock 1380 KZXE.
At Gary Eubanks and Associates, you've heard us talk about what we bring to the table. You ask what that means to you. Well, these verdicts and settlements are real results we've achieved for our clients, as large as $19 million for one case. While facts differ and results vary on each case, you should put this experience on your side. Insurance companies notice, and that creates settlement. And remember, at Gary Eubanks and Associates, we'll win your case, or you don't owe us a dime.
1, 2, 3.
We're at the supermarket checking out shopping lists.
Oh, here's mine.
Let's see. Milk, cheese, yogurt, ding, ding, ding.
Oh, do I win?
Well, actually, you probably lose.
What?
Lose inches.
Oh.
These studies show that people following a proper reduced calorie diet that included 3 servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt every day had better weight loss results and trimmed more from their waistline than if they just cut calories alone. So eat 3 cool, creamy servings of milk, cheese, or yogurt a day.
Wow, I consider that a win.
Have you had your 3 today?
Want to buy a new car? Take a dream vacation, remodel your home, or finance just about anything? You can use the equity in your home to make it happen. Right now, Arkansas Federal Credit Union has a home equity line of credit with a 4-month fixed rate as low as 4.5% annual percentage rate with absolutely no fees. Plus, it's easier than ever to access your home equity loan using Arkansas Federal's Visa Platinum credit card. No checks, no hassles. Apply online at afcu.org or call 982-1000.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travelers have held a 5-0 lead through 5 innings. Here in the 6th, it's Matt Pauley leading off. Josh Miller fires a strike over the inside corner to get ahead. 0-1 on Pauley. Miller quickly back into the windup. And his pitch a curve. Pauley swings and misses. Pauley has reached on a fielder's choice in the 2nd inning. Put down a sacrifice bunt, which aided the Travs to a run in the 4th inning. Arkansas has tallied a run in 4 straight innings. 0-2 pitch. Pauley swings and misses and strikes out on 3 offerings from Josh Miller. He's now struck out 3 batters in a row. And they'll bring up Devin Day.
Second baseman number 30, Devin Day.
Day, 2 RBIs. RBI single in the 2nd, driving home Greg Porter. RBI ground out in the 4th, bringing home Nate Haynes. Day pops the first pitch into the first base box seat. Caught by a fan with his hat. Nice creative way to bring in that ball. count 0-1 on day. By the way, a scoring change on the final out of the fifth inning. The official score saw a replay from the television screen here at Whataburger Field. Anderson was thrown out 8-4-1. Day a pop-up again into the box seats at first base, just over the Arkansas dugout. And another fan with a hat made a catch. Who needs a glove? As long as you got your Corpus Christi road cap that they've given away to the first, I think, 2,000 fans today. 0-2 on Devin Day. Miller trying for his fourth straight whiff. Here it is, outside. So that final out of the bottom of the fifth inning, Bacon will get credit for an assist on a bad throw. Gay backed it up, and Smith covered at second for the out. The 1-2 swing and a miss. Miller dialing the fastball up for the strikeout of Devin Day, and that's 4 consecutive strikeouts for Josh Miller after 3 of the first 4 batters he had faced in relief had reached against him. Wayne Bacon coming up. Bacon getting an at-bat from the left side. Pitch on the way, popped up, out of play, behind the plate. Bacon against the starter, Mickey, lined out to center, homered to left, walked in the fourth, but then was caught stealing as he slid past second. Saccomanno in at third a little, the 0-1 to Duane. A check swing, it's low and inside, no appeal. 1 ball, 1 strike on Bacon. Miller in his third relief inning. He replaced Josh Mickey in the fourth. Mickey charged with 4 runs, Miller with 1. The 1-1 pitch, a fastball over the inside corner, called strike 2 to Duane Bacon. The Travelers went down in order in the first inning, then scored in every inning since. Here's the 1-2 to Bacon, low, and the count 2-2. Travs trying to keep the pressure on the hook, but Jesse Smith has done a fine job keeping pressure on the hook, holding them down to no runs through 5 innings. A 2-2 pitch to Bacon. Up high, ball 3. On deck, Aaron Peel. He'll score a run in the 5th inning after leading off with a double. Big pitch coming up here for Miller. The windup and the payoff to Bacon. Swinging a fly ball hit into right center field. It is shallow, charging Pence. Coming in, he makes the catch. 3 up, 3 down for the Travs in the 6th inning, and that'll send us to the bottom half of the 6th, with the Travelers leading 5-0 over the Corpus Christi Hooks. This is Arkansas Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380.
At one time or another, we all want to change the world in which we live, make it a better place. Introducing the new ITT Tech School of Criminal Justice. At ITT Tech, we now teach the fundamentals of the criminal justice system, along with the technology to help respond to and prevent crime. ITT Technical Institute School of Criminal Justice. Education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company. Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company. Northwest Illinois.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
To the bottom of the 6th inning here at Corpus Christi, with the Arkansas Travelers leading 5-0. Recapping the game, the Travs getting ahead in the 2nd inning. Matt Brown, the leadoff single against Josh Mickey. Greg Porter hit by a pitch. Nate Haynes made it 1-0 with a line drive single to left. Later on in the inning, Devin Day would drive home Greg Porter with an RBI single, but it would be Matt Tully thrown out at the plate. Then in the third, Dwayne Bacon, a leadoff homer, made it 3-0. Nate Haynes led off the fourth with a single to left. He would move to second on a walk, to third on a sac bunt. Scored on a ground out by Devin Day. The last run came in the fifth. Aaron Steele, a leadoff double, and he would score on a base hit by Matt Brown. Jesse Smith, meanwhile, has fired 5 innings of shutout ball, limiting the top hitting team in the league, the Hooks, to 3 base hits, all singles. Ben Zobrist is the leadoff batter in the sixth. Smith fires a strike. Only thrown 1 strike previously to Zobrist out of 2 at-bats, walking him in the first and the third. It is 0-1 of the switch-hitting shortstop of the Hooks with the third baseman up. And the 0-1 low, 1 ball, 1 strike. Brown now 2 steps to the cut of the grass. 1-1 to Zobrist. Curve swing and a miss, strike 2. Smith has been throwing almost exclusively fastballs and curves with an occasional slider and changeup mixed in. And he has looked fantastic today. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Swinging a bouncing ball gloved by Smith at the mound. That's the second chance he handles. And he underhands Tapali for the out at first base. 1 away. Now it's Hunter Pence coming up to the plate. Checking some of the scores in the major leagues, the San Francisco Giants enjoying a 3-run walk-off homer by Ray Durham as the Giants beat the A's 8-7 in San Francisco. Barry Bonds also homered, his 11th of the year and 719th of his career. Tim Morrell the winner. Houston Street took the loss. A pitch to Hunter Pence. Fouled straight back 0-1. The big right-hander has gone 0 for 1 with a fielder's choice and a walk. Another walk-off homer, this time by Big Papi, Big David Ortiz, with a 5-3 win for the Boston Red Sox in 10 innings over the Phillies. Ortiz's 22nd homer hit off former Red Sox closer Tom Gordon. Tap it to the mound again. Smith will play this one. Lobs to first. 2 outs, both handled by the pitcher here in the 6th inning. Chicago White Sox won their 9th straight, defeating Houston 6-5 in 10 innings. Joe Creedy hit his 14th homer of the year. Thornton the winner, 3-1. Wheeler the loss, 1-5. The Cleveland Indians shut out Cincinnati 4-0. Paul Bird defeating Bronson Arroyo, falls to 9-4. Bird 6-5. Todd Hollinsworth and Grady Sizemore went deep for the Tribe. Jorge Cortez the batter. Smith changeup low, ball 1. Cortez is singled and grounded out. Jesse Smith trying for his second 1-2-3 inning of the night. And the native of Lincoln, Nebraska is 1-0. A little inside, a slider, ball 2. One rain out today at Yankee Stadium, where the Mets and the Marlins will be playing a day-night doubleheader tomorrow. Smith facing Cortez with a 2-0 pitch. Fastball low, and it's 3-0. The Toronto Blue Jays beat the Mets 7-4. Vernon Wells hit 2 homers. He now has hit 20 on the year. Smith has walked 4. And now the 3-0 to Cortez is at the knees for a called strike. And a rain delay at the moment at Baltimore, where the Nationals and the Orioles are tied at 2 in the 9th, waiting for the rain to stop. 3-1 pitch. Cortez is swinging a line drive, caught by Devin Day, running up the middle from second base. 6th inning comes to a close. Down go the Hooks. 1-2-3. Jesse Smith has tossed 6 shutout innings, and the Travelers take a 5-0 lead into the 7th inning on Air America Little Rock 1380 KZXE.
Is your house looking a bit under the weather? Have extreme weather conditions taken their toll on your home's exterior? The solution isn't more paint. It's weather-resistant vinyl siding from Sears Home Central. Call Sears now for a free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Sears vinyl siding resists tough weather and keeps your home looking great for years. It has the attractive look of freshly painted wood, yet you'll never need to scrape and paint your home again because vinyl siding from Sears is virtually maintenance-free. Best of all, Sears makes getting your new siding job easy and affordable. Just call Sears now for your free in-home estimate at 1-800-531-7785. Not available in all areas. Services and materials provided by a Sears authorized contractor. License numbers available on request. So if your house is looking under the weather, call Sears for vinyl siding now. 1-800-531-7785. That's 1-800-531-7785.
Claude Markham on working in the United States Navy.
I'm an aviation ordnanceman, second class. It's an indescribable feeling being up on the flight deck and just being next to them, pulling the pin from the weapon launcher before they take off. It's a big rush inside, and not many people my age can do the job that I do out in the outside at such a young age.
Most jobs reveal what you do. Ours reveal who you are. To learn more, check out Navy.com or call 1-800-USA-NAVY. Navy. Accelerate your life.
Liberal Progressive Radio. It sounded like a dream come true. Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDX North Little Rock.
6 innings are in the Big Badge scorebook here at Whataburger Field as the Arkansas Travelers lead the Corpus Christi Hooks 5-0. Aaron Teal will lead things off against Josh Miller. Miller in his 4th relief inning has been credited with 2 1/3 and has set down the last 5 Traveler batters. Teal is 2 for 3. Miller starts off with a curve, and it's low ball 1. Arkansas's totals are 5 runs on 9 base hits, no errors, and 5 men left on base. The windup by Miller, the right-hander's 1-0 to Teal. Outside, 2-0. For the Corpus Christi Hooks, no runs, 3 hits, no errors. Stranding 4 men against Jesse Smith. Here's a 2-0 to Teal. And it's high and tight, ball 3. Travelers scoring 2 runs in the second, 1 run in the 3rd, 4th, and 5th. Been held off the scoreboard in just 2 of 6 innings. 3-0 to Teal. Swing and a line drive over 3rd. A base hit down the left field line and rolls to the corner. Teal is on his way to second base, and he will stop with his second double of the night. Well, if you're going to swing at 3-0, you better put it into play. And Teal not only puts it into play, but comes through with his 18th double of the season. Well, that snaps the string for Miller. It's 5 consecutive outs, 4 of them by way of strikeouts. Here's Brandon Wood. Time called by the catcher Davidson. He jogs to the mound. At the moment, nobody warming up in either bullpen. Jesse Smith, in 6 shutout innings, has thrown 79 pitches. And Miller, as long as things don't get out of hand, will probably finish this game. Brandon Wood is 0 for 3. On a night where the Travelers have connected on 10 base hits, it is surprising that Wood doesn't have any of them, although he did have a productive ground out last time up. It's on the way to Wood. A swing and a drive in a deep center. Going way back is Anderson at the warning track looking up. It is off of the warning track. A base hit. Teal on his way around 3rd base. Wood on his way to 3rd. And it's a triple for Brandon Wood as Teal scores the Travs' 6th run. The triple for Wood, his 2nd of the season. The dead center field. Anderson had some trouble picking it up off of the warning track, and I'm not sure if they'll charge him with an error. But it is at least another extra base hit for Brandon Wood. His league-leading 43rd extra base hit. RBI number 49 for Wood. And 2 extra base hits in this inning. Teal with a double, Wood with a 3-base hit. Now it's Matt Brown. The infield is in. Pitch on the way to Brown. Swinging a hot shot to 3rd. Smothered by Saccomanno. Tries to tag out Wood. He's safe. No throw to 1st. And Brown is safe at 1st base. Saccomanno tried to make the harder play. Wood, very smart base running. He did not take that extra 2 steps or so down the 3rd base line after the ball was hit. He saw it coming towards him and retreated back to 3rd base.
heads-up base running by Wood. They credit Brown with his third base hit of the night. 3 hits to start the inning. So it's first and third for the number 5 batter, Greg Porter. Porter is 1 for 2. He's been hit by a pitch and single. A delivery, curve, swing and a miss, 0-1. The Travs are set up for a rather large 7th inning. All 3 base hits have just been creamed. Miller is lucky that Saccomanno smothered the ball at third base. Otherwise, Brown would have had an easy 2-base hit. Here's an 0-1 to Porter. Change up inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. They have not put up an error on the scoreboard, so that means Wood's base hit is a triple. Dead center field, 400 feet away. Ball not carrying very well, but I'll tell you what, Wood got all of that ball. Miller, checking the runner, steps off and looks Brown back to first base. The infield playing up. And if they get a ground ball, I doubt they try to start a double play. They'll try to throw out Wood at home. And a 1-1 to Porter. Greg takes a slider in the dirt. Nice job by Davidson sliding to his right, keeping the ball in front of him. 6 runs home on 12 base hits for the Travs tonight. And they've hit only 205 in the first 2 games of this series. And had 33 strikeouts and just 15 hits. And it's quite the other way tonight. Miller at the belt. The count 2-1. Here it is to Porter. Swing and a miss. Got a fastball by him, and it's 2-2. Double by Teal started off the inning. Brandon Wood with a booming triple to center. Matt Brown with an infield hit. And now Miller working on Porter, 2-2. Nobody out. Brown fakes the steal. The pitch to Greg a little bit inside. That was a close one. Porter gets the call, and it's a full count. On deck is Nate Haynes. A throw to first by Miller, but Brown gets back in. Young keeps the tag on Brown as he climbs back to his feet, keeping at least one extremity on the base at all times. Brown leading away, and another throw back over. No tag applied. Well, Miller is certain that Brown will be running with the next pitch. So Travers leading 6-0. Payoff. Brown runs. Porter fouls it away. Off the facade of the third base seats. It ricochets into the backside of the backstop net and falls into the first row. Still 3-2 on Porter. Now it's a 7-game hitting streak with 8 hits during that stretch, including 4 in this series. Shortstop Zobrist closer up the middle than Ash. Young holding on Brown, and here it is to Porter. Fouled straight back into the net. Good cut. I'll tell you, Porter's taking some good swings here, and Miller is challenging him. There's no way Miller wants to load the bases with a walk. Haynes on deck. He's gone 2 for 3. So far, it's a fantastically played game by the Travelers. They've been on the money, both in every aspect. Running the bases, pitching, defense, hitting. They've done everything well. 3-2 pitch. Porter walks with the slider low and inside. The bases are loaded for Nate Haynes. It looks like the Hooks will get a pitcher ready in the bullpen. Oh, not ready yet. They'll start to get him ready as Joe Slisarski emerges from the Hooks dugout and starts to walk to the mound. Monty Mansfield begins to loosen up. Traveler fans, don't forget that the commemorative tickets for the last game at Raywinder Field go on sale Monday. Those tickets are good only for the game on Sunday, September the 3rd, when the Travelers play the last regular season game in the history of old Raywinder Field. Tickets are available by calling 664-1555, or even easier, show up at the Raywinder Field box office, and we'll sell you your tickets in person. It's a special commemorative ticket sponsored by Val Hansen and RE/MAX.
$6 for the GA seats, $3 for kids 14 and under. Box seats are just $2 more. And again, those tickets go on sale Monday. The box office opens at 9:30 in the morning. And we hope to see a packed house. I think we expect to see a packed house for the last game ever at Raywinder Field. Haynes stepping into the plate. This is a chance for the Travs possibly to put the game away. We don't want to judge anything. We'll see what happens. Here's the first pitch to Haynes. Swinging a liner. Caught at second by Ash. He throws to second. They double off Brown. So instead of getting a run here, they get a double play. Nice job by Ash. Brown tried to get back as quickly as he could, but he hesitated on the Haynes line drive and ends up paying for his hesitation.
Number 12, Brent Delciaro.
So Haynes is now 2 for 4. So 4 to 6 on the double play. Here's Greg Porter, and he bats with runners at first and third. Delciaro has struck out twice and walked in his other plate appearance. Here's a pitch from Miller. Strike on the outside corner. 0-1. A run home here in the 7th inning. Aaron Peel, a leadoff double. Brandon Wood tripled him home. Out of the 5 men coming to the plate in the inning, 4 have reached. Here's the 0-1 to Brent. Right down the pipe, a fastball for strike 2. No balls, 2 strikes on Brent Delciaro, who entered the game batting .141 with 6 RBI. And Miller's 0-2, high and away. On deck, Matt Pauley. Over to first base. Order back in. Mansfield continues to warm up in the Hooks bullpen. Everything's been hit here in the 7th inning. Has been hit hard. Even Haynes' line out into the double play. The 1-2 to Delciaro. Chopper towards third base, charging Saccomanno from the infield grasses. Throw in time by half a step. Delciaro recorded out 5-3. Travelers in the 7th inning, 1 run, 3 hits, 2 men stranded. And as we go into the 7th inning stretch here at Whataburger Field, our score: the Arkansas Travelers 6, the Corpus Christi Hooks nothing. This is Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock 1380.
Star Wars Episode 1, The Phantom Menace. Apollo 13. Great films known for their award-winning special effects. To create the magic, Hollywood hires companies like Industrial Light and Magic. Industrial Light and Magic hires imaginative people like Aaron Fowl. Before he was a master of special effects, he was a media communications student at Webster University in St. Louis, where his talent took off. Today, he inspires the imagination at DreamWorks FKG. I'm Bob Costas, member of the board of Webster University. All Webster campuses around the world share the same belief. Education is more than just a degree. It's real knowledge, for real world success.
Pitch on the way, and you can catch the Travs online at www.travs.com. The Arkansas Travelers have one of minor league baseball's most user-friendly websites with easy access to Travs game stories, up-to-date stats, and Texas League standings. You'll be informed about the Travs online at travs.com. Purchase tickets, Travs souvenirs, listen to the game. Hey, if you could buy hot dogs and popcorn on the website, it'd be like coming to the old ballpark. See us online, www.travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
best seventh-inning stretches in the Texas League, known as the seventh-inning hoedown here at Whataburger Field. Tossed out all kinds of softy balls and goodies to the fans, and the look up here in the press box to the visiting announcer, thinking, what is he going to throw me? Well, as usual, I offer up my laptop computer, my cell phone, my watch that was handed to me as a wedding gift by my lovely wife, a set of binoculars, and, well, as usual, nothing gets thrown out of the visiting broadcast booth. Bill Elson-Riffy here at Whataburger Field. The Travelers enjoying a 6-0 lead into the bottom of the seventh inning with Jesse Smith back on the hill against Josh Bonifay. Smith has fired a lot of strikes, and he does so here to start the inning. On the inside corner to Bonifay, who had struck out in both of his at-bats. Whipped him in the first, whipped him in the fourth. Smith has struck out 4 batters. And the 0-1 to Bonifay, swing and a miss. Rode the fastball high and tight, and Bonifay couldn't lay off. Smith, over 6 innings, has scattered only 3 base hits. He has walked 4. No walks since the 4th inning. Smith steps back, lifts the leg, rears and deals. Check swing on a high fastball. Did he go? Yes, he went around. Jason Stein with a punching motion. Bonifay strikes out for the 3rd time. For Jesse Smith, strikeout number 5. Now Walter Young coming up. You know, for Jesse Smith today, it's not that his fastball has been so overpowering. He has been able to spot his fastball and throw it where he wants to put it. Young, the batter, 0 for 1. A pitch for a strike on the outside corner. Young is grounded out and walked. And he tried to steal second of the 4th inning and was thrown out by Brent Del Chiaro. And goodness, the earth shook when Walter Young ran to second base. Big lefty, so the Travs claimed to pull. And the pitch, a fastball under Young's knees, 1 ball, 1 strike. Young in a 10-game hit streak, but he's also homered in 4 consecutive games. The 2 solo shots against the Travs during this stretch, one off of Kyle Edens and the other off of Nick Green. Smith's 1-1 is inside, almost hit Young. 2 balls, 1 strike. The Hooks have not been able to put 2 men on base at the same time since the 3rd inning, when Smith offered a couple of 2-out walks to Ben Zobrist and Hunter Pence that got Jorge Cortez to bounce out to first. Smith looking for the sign from Del Chiaro. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Up high, and it's 3-1. Smith at 86 pitches. Working into the 7th with a 3-1 to Young. Swinging a foul back over the press box. Almost hit a seagull as it rode the breeze towards the left field stand. Young back up to the plate. He gives the outside corner, but asks for time and steps out of the box. Smith working on a string of 4 straight outs. 3-2 on Walter Young. And here's a payoff pitch. Swinging a shot towards right field. Haynes giving chase, reaching up and making the catch. Out number 2, and that may have been the hardest ball hit by the Hooks today. But Haynes is showing the range that made him the top defensive outfielder in the league in 2003. Brought in the 2nd out of the inning, and Smith has recorded 5 straight outs. Now it'll be Mark Saccomanno standing in. Saccomanno is lined to second and struck out swinging. He's 0 for 2. 2 outs, nobody on base, and Smith kicks and delivers. Swinging a grounder to short. Wood is there. He's up with it. He's on to first, and Smith, a perfect 7th inning, is set down 6 batters in a row. 7 innings in the scorebook. We go to the top of the 8th. It's the Travelers 6 and the Hooks nothing on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Bishop. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. To stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
AmeriPride Services is the linen and apparel company to get your team into a professional uniform program. AmeriPride features a wide range of high-quality custom programs for the manufacturing industry, hospitality and food service, medical or dental uniforms, and professional and executive wear. Call 664-5575 to schedule a presentation with an AmeriPride consultant, also specializing in the finest quality table linen, rental mats, and restroom services. Call 664-5575 for AmeriPride. AmeriPride, the official garment supplier of the Arkansas Travelers.
For 30 seasons, Jim Elder was the radio voice of the Arkansas Travelers. Fans knew him as the human encyclopedia of sports knowledge from baseball to horse racing to football. Jim knew it all, but Jim Elder was about much more than sports. He also loved to help kids, and that's why his friends and family started the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. The fund helps organizations that teach kids about life through sports, like Park, RBI Baseball at Lamar Porter Field, the First Tee, Arkansas Sheriff's Youth Ranch, and kids clinics with the Arkansas Travelers. Jim Elder's legend will live on in Arkansas through the Jim Elder Good Sport Fund. See them online at jimelder.org.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Travs coming up in the 8th inning, leading 6-0 against the Corpus Christi Hooks. Pitching change for the Hooks. Bring on their third pitcher of the night, Monty Mansfield. Takes over for Josh Miller. Mansfield making his second appearance of this series. Matt Hawley stepping in to lead things off. Pitch on the way, and he fouls it hard down the right side for a strike. Matt Hawley is 0 for 2 with a sacrifice bunt, sandwiched between a fielder's choice and a strikeout. Hawley was thrown out of the plate trying to score, and a base hit by Devin Day in the second inning. Mansfield, a right-hander, and his 0-1 is hit high and deep, but foul down the right side. And that home run distance, but fouled by 20 feet or so, strike 2. Mansfield, 2/3 of an inning on Thursday, giving up 1 hit, 1 walk. It did not allow a run. 1 win, no losses, and Mansfield's ERA at 5.91. Hawley followed by Devin Day and Dwayne Bacon. Travs have scored in 5 of 7 innings. The 0-2 pitch. Up high, ball 1 on the Mansfield slider. Mansfield stands 6'4", weighs 215 pounds. He's 25 years old, from Hesperia, California. The 1-2, a curve fouled into the Arkansas dugout when Eric Rodlin is resting up against the railing in the dugout, talking with his good friend Greg Porter, shooting the breeze. Here's the 1-2. Hawley swings, a pitch to first. 1 hop Young, and he'll take it himself. He runs to the bag and just beats Hawley for the unassisted putout. And there's 1 away. Standing in, Devin Day, 1 for 3 with 2 RBIs. They made it 2-0 Travs with a second inning RBI single to left, driving in Greg Porter, but that was the base hit that Hawley was thrown out. And Day made it 4-0 Arkansas in the 4th with an RBI ground out, bringing Nate Haynes in. Pitch on the way, and Day skies it in the shallow center. Center fielder Anderson coming in, but the second baseman Ash makes it. And Ash brings it in for the second out, and there's 2 gone. Checking Texas League scores, Tulsa has taken a 5-1 lead into the 9th over Midland. Wichita still leading Frisco 9-3 in the 6th. And the San Antonio Missions have now extended the lead over the Springfield Cardinals 6-2 in the 7th inning. Nick Savinoa, a home run for the Cardinals. Hubbard, his first home run for the Missions. Top of the order, Dwayne Bacon. First pitch from Mansfield is low and inside, ball 1. Mansfield replacing Josh Miller here in the 8th inning. Miller relieved the starter Mickey Miller 3 1/3 innings. 6 hits, allowing 2 runs. Pitch to Bacon is high. Bacon, a home run in the 3rd inning. His only base hit of the game. He led off the 3rd with his 4th long ball of the season. He's 1 for 3 with a walk. Here's a 2-0 pitch. Bacon swings,
chops the second. Ash charges 5 feet, quickly gets rid of it, and the stretch by Young. He dropped the ball. Well, it's going to have to be an error on Walter Young, as he could not handle the quick throw by Johnny Ash. And it's the speed by Bacon, really, that causes the error by Young, which is his second. With Bacon booking down the first base line, Ash got rid of the ball a little quicker than Young was ready for. And so the top base stealer in the league is aboard. Bacon caught stealing in the fourth as he slid past the bag. Aaron Peel the batter, and it is up high, ball 1. Peel is 3 for 4. He's been 1 for his first 9 of the series, but since the third inning, he has singled and hit 2 doubles, scoring twice. The 1-0 to Peel. Fastball riding inside, 2-0. Bacon hardly a lead off of first. The Travelers leading by 6, and the way that Peel has been hitting the ball, an extra base hit would bring Bacon in. He's only 4 feet off the bag. Here it is, a 2-0 pitch. Peel swings and misses, and it is 2-1. Jesse Smith should be coming out for the 8th inning. He has thrown just 90 pitches through the first 7 innings. And he's conserved his pitches the last 3 innings. 30 pitches in those last 3 frames. Peel bounces the 2-1 foul down the left side. 2 balls, 2 strikes on Aaron Peel. There's a good chance that Jesse Smith could go out and throw a complete game if he gets a quick 8th inning. Smith has already thrown 2 complete games this year, but none have gone 9 innings. He threw a 6-inning complete game and an 8-inning. Swing by Peel, ground ball left side. Zobrist deep in the hole, tries to backhand but bobbles the ball, and Peel will get credit for his 4th base hit. On to second goes Bacon, and boy, this error by Walter Young could prove to be huge. Brandon Wood coming up. Brandon Wood was 1 for his first 11 in this series before hitting a mammoth fly ball to deep center that hit the base of the fence for an RBI triple in the 7th inning. Well, Bacon at second, Peel at first. Mansfield ready, and here it is. Slider in there, called strike 1. Walking lead by Bacon, nobody holding. Young way behind Peel at first. And here's an 0-1 to Brandon. The slider is inside from Mansfield. 1 ball, 1 strike. Calm atmosphere here at Whataburger Field as the Hooks are trailing by 6. The 1-1 to Wood, way outside. 3 consecutive breaking balls by Mansfield. And the count is 2-1. When the Hooks are winning, this ballpark has a lot of noise. They're trailing here, and fans here haven't had much reason to cheer. The 2-1, low and outside, ball 3, 3-1. The announced attendance tonight, 7,193. Beautiful cap giveaway. The 3-1 pitch, a called strike on a fastball, and that brings it full. Perfect night for baseball here by the Corpus Christi channel. Very nice giveaway provided by the Corpus Christi Hooks. Runners will go. Here's a 3-2. Wood takes ball 4. A high slider that loads the bases for third baseman Matt Brown. Brown, one of 2 Travelers in the lineup today with 3 or more hits. Aaron Peel is 4 for 5. Matt Brown is 3 for 4. He's had an RBI single, scored a run. Bases juiced for Brown and a chance to put this baby away. The stretch by Mansfield. Here it is to Brown. Low and outside with a slider. Davidson jogging to the hill.
I think that's garbage.
And Brown will wait before he gets another pitch. Travs have kept the pressure on the Hooks since the very first pitch of this game. Scoring in the second.
Okay, I talked to him one night down there at Monroe.
And after a scoreless 6th, they put on a run in the 7th. Travs load the bases, 2 outs in the 8th. Brown this year, 0 for 3 with the bases loaded. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a ground ball. Diving stop at third by Saccomanno. Tries to throw to second. Double clutches. His throw to first is late. And Brown beats it out. Saccomanno cost himself the out by looking to second base and double clutching. Dwayne Bacon scores from third, and it's 7-0. The 14th base hit for the Travelers. The 4th base hit for Matt Brown. Brown credited with his second RBI tonight and his 34th on the year. 2 infield singles here in the 8th with an error and a walk. And Greg Porter takes ball 1 outside. Porter on base 3 times, 3 different ways. Hit by a pitch in the 2nd and scored. Flat out of the 3rd, singled in the 5th, walked in the 7th. Left-hander takes low, ball 2. They're still loaded now with Peel at 3rd, Wood at 2nd, and Brown at 1st. Porter has hit the only Traveler grand slam this year. The 2-0 pitch, swinging a foul at the plate. He was in front of a changeup, and it's 2-1. Porter's grand slam, of course, a game winner against the Springfield Cardinals on a late Saturday night in Little Rock in the end of May. Here on another Saturday, although this bases-loaded spot not quite as important. 2-1 pitch. High and outside, ball 3. Mansfield got 2 quick outs here in the 8th inning, but then Bacon reached on a drop throw by Young at first. Infield hit by Peel. Wood walked to load him up. Brown the infield single. 3-1 to Porter. Swing and a miss. He tried to hit that ball to the Harbor Bridge. 3 balls, 2 strikes. Travelers 7 runs on 14 base hits. The Hooks no runs on 3 hits. With 3 balls and 2 strikes, the runners get a head start. Mansfield delivers to Porter. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Fastball ends the 8th inning. The Travelers score 1 run on 2 infield hits. There was an error and 3 men stranded. Heading into the last of the 8th inning, Jesse Smith returning to the hill with the Travelers 7 and the Hooks nothing on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir. What's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir. This is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling, Miller Lite. Miller. Good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
AgPro knows you're patient. You've had your eye on a certain green and yellow tractor for some time now. But here's a thought. Visit your local John Deere dealer for an innocent test drive. Sit in that yellow seat and feel that rugged quality. Then run the numbers. You may find you've underrated the value of a John Deere and overrated the value of patience. After all, nothing runs like a Deere. Test drive the John Deere of your choice today at AgPro Central Arkansas, 10504 Maumelle Boulevard, North Little Rock.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat-Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Into the bottom of the 8th inning, and Jesse Smith has returned as the Arkansas Traveler right-handed starter has allowed only 3 base hits through 7 innings. Smith has 1 8-inning complete game this year and a 6-inning complete game, losing both of them. Jesse's last win came against this Hooks Ball Club at Little Rock on May the 7th, and he has dominated them tonight. The last Hooks batter to reach base was Josh Anderson, a single in the 5th inning, but when he tried to advance to second on an errant throw into the infield, Jesse Smith made a heads-up play covering at second base while Devin Day recovered the ball. and threw him out. 6 straight outs since then, and Johnny Ash leads off the 8th, and Smith rocks back and delivers from the windup. His fastball is a little too high. Ash is 0 for 2. He's hit to first base and bounced to the mound. Smith has handled 3 comebackers, and he's covered at first twice. The 1-0 pitch, line drive foul the other way. Out of play over the left field seat, 1-1 on Ash, who came into this game batting .348. Kevin Davidson is on deck, then Anderson. Here's Smith's 93rd pitch. Outside, ball 2. Smith 2-1. Ash a swing and a ground ball right to Devin Day at second. Bobbles, recovers, has time, and gets the out. 1 away. That's 7 in a row by Jesse Smith. Kevin Davidson is next. I tell you, many of the Hook fans, they have left the ballpark. And I give credit to those fans last night. They stuck around for all 12 innings with a fireworks display afterwards. But tonight, with the Hooks not giving Corpus Christi fans much to cheer about, many of the 7,200 that have been at the ballpark today are no longer here. They did have a big crowd on hand once we got to the 3rd inning. Here's a pitch to Davidson, and that's right down the pipe, called strike 1. Davidson, a single that'll lead off the 3rd inning. It was forced out as part of a double play, and then last time up in the 5th, Davidson grounded to short. Here's Jesse's 0-1 pitch, and it's popped into center field. Bacon, frozen, waiting, 2 steps in, he's got it. 8 in a row by Smith. 2 outs in the 8th inning. To the top of the Corpus Christi order with Josh Anderson. Anderson is the last Hook batter to reach base. A single in the 5th, but a bad base running mistake cost the Hooks that base runner. Smith has not only set down 8 in a row, but 11 of the last 12 batters. Anderson, a left-hander, is 1 for 3. Smith with a first pitch. And it's hit towards left field. Deep back is Field, charging to the warning track. He drops the ball on the track, giving Anderson a chance to get to the second base. And he stops right there. It'll be a base hit for Anderson, the Hooks' 4th. Field tried to make an over-the-shoulder catch. Looked a little bit nonchalant on that ball. And was unable to bring it in. So a little boo-boo for Peel opens up the door for the Hooks. Ben Zobrist, the second leading hitter in the Texas League, standing in. Smith has been very careful to Zobrist, pitching around him for walks in the 1st and the 3rd. But then in the 6th inning, Smith got Zobrist to tap back to the hill. Jesse trying to hold the shutout here in the 8th inning. His pitch to Zobrist is low and a bit inside, ball 1. This was the first Corpus Christi runner to second base since the 3rd inning. And only the 3rd man for the Hooks to reach second base all night. Here's the 1-0 to Zobrist. And the fastball is a called strike at the knee. 1 ball, 1 strike. 2 outs in the last of the 8th inning, and the Travelers leading 7-0. Small barge floats down the channel, heading towards the Corpus Christi Bay, and of course out into the Gulf of Mexico. Smith about to go into the stretch, but time called, and Brent Del Chiaro jogs out to the hill. Program note 6:05, first pitch tomorrow night. Travs wrap up the series with Corpus Christi. Chris Hunter will take the hill tomorrow night for Arkansas with a 2-6 record and a 6.86 ERA, but I tell you, Chris has had 3 pretty good starts in a row. The all-star winning pitcher, Juan Gutierrez, pitching for the Hooks at 7-3 with a 3.20 ERA. Smith ready with a 1-1. Zobrist backs away from a slider, ball 2. Pre-game tomorrow at 5:45. Smith working a little slower here, concentrating in the 8th. The 2 to Zobrist. Low, ball 3. Jesse has walked 4 and is now over 100 pitches. He's thrown 102. Nobody warming up in the bullpen. A 3-1 count on Zobrist. At the belt, Smith. Here's the pitch, and he got it on the inside corner. Fastball was good for strike 2. Hunter Pence on deck. Smith has been so accurate tonight. And there's Mr. Smith with the orders to finish him. 3-2 pitch to Zobrist. Fastball just a little bit low. Ball 4. Third time Zobrist is on base with a walk. And it's the 5th walk from Smith tonight. Ken Patterson comes out of the Traveler dugout. We see the pitching coach for the first time tonight. If you see your pitching coach for the first time in the 8th inning, that's a really good sign. And I'll tell you, this is one of the better starts for any Traveler pitcher this year. And it looks like there will be some action in the bullpen shortly. Bob Zimmerman started to stretch out in the bullpen, which is located in the right field corner. And although no one has started to warm up in the pen, it looks like it will be Zimmerman who will start to get loose. Well, what can Patterson tell Jesse Smith? He's pitched a standout game tonight. Travs still have a comfortable 7-0 lead. You don't want to give the Hooks any reason to feel confident going into the 9th, where the Travs have had more than their share of troubles this season. Pence the batter. He won it yesterday with a walk-off homer, but tonight 0 for 2 with a walk. Smith lets it second, and his pitch is a curve. It missed a little bit inside of it, missed it all. 1-0. Pence crouching over with that open stance, almost daring Smith to come inside. Anderson away from second, and Zobrist from first. Smith, 1-0 pitch, and it's a fastball for strike 1. Pence shrugs his shoulders and puts his left foot out of the batter's box, readjusts his one batting glove, wearing it only on his left hand. Smith with the glove in the crook of his arm. Gets the sign, comes set. A look at Anderson, and the 1-1 to Pence. In the dirt, scribbles away from Del Chiara. Runners try to advance. He will hold on to the ball. He had a good throw to third on the money, but he did not throw the ball and apparently didn't get a good grip. So it's second and third now for Pence. Matt Pauley comes over for a quick word of encouragement to Jesse Smith. I haven't received word on the scoring here. That's going to be a wild pitch on Smith. But I'll tell you what, Del Chiara certainly could have blocked it. That was in the dirt. It's a 2-1 count on Pence. And Smith pitch. A fastball high. It's 3-1. I tell you, Smith may have lost his touch. Zimmerman has been throwing for a minute or so out in the right field bullpen. On deck is Jorge Cortez. Smith brings the hands together. And to the plate, a 3-1, and he walked him his 6th of the game. A fastball off the outside corner. The base is loaded for Cortez, and this is really the Hooks' first chance to get back into the game. Ty Boykin talking with Patterson to the dugout. Do they lead Smith in, or do they take him out? Jesse's taken it this far. Zimmerman hasn't had too much time to get ready. And so Smith is going to toe the rubber. Boykin's going to let him face Cortez. Cortez, a left-hand batter, 1 for 3. He is hot these days. First pitch. Swing, a fly ball, shallow left center. Going towards the gap is Bacon. Bacon there. He makes the catch. Jesse Smith fights through the 8th inning. He leaves the bases loaded. No runs, 1 hit, 3 men left. Heading into the top of the 9th inning, it's the Travelers 7 and the Hooks nothing. This is Arkansas Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
It takes teamwork to be able to reach new goals in today's complex business environment. Each one of us should strive to be a step ahead and know how to compete in a rapidly changing world. The ITT Tech School of Business is about helping people prepare for the challenges of a competitive world. ITT Technical Institute School of Business, education for the future. To find out more, call 1-800-ITT-TECH or visit us on the web.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite.
Okay.
Don't worry, it's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less filling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
It's the top of the 9th inning, and Nathan Haynes leading off. Pitch up high from Monty Mansfield. 1-0 count on Haynes. Travelers 7, and the Hooks nothing. And the last chance for Arkansas to tack on another run as Haynes pulls a ground ball into right field for his 3rd single of the night. Nathan now 3 for 5. And after going 1 for 5 yesterday with 3 strikeouts, boy, Haynes is right back where he left off with the Travs in 2003. Bringing a hot stick. He is 4 for 10 in this series. Go to leadoff man aboard for the Travelers. He's had that leadoff man reach 6 times today, scoring the previous 5 times. Pitch on the way towards Del Chiaro. Bouncer left side, backhand by Zobrist deep in the hole. His throw across his body gets Del Chiaro by a couple of steps, but Haynes moves up to second base. And this will bring up Matt Pauley. The stars for the Travs tonight, Aaron Peel and Matt Brown each are 4 for 5. Peel 2 doubles, 2 runs scored, and Brown with a couple of RBIs. He had a homer hit by Dwayne Bacon, who scored 2 runs. And Jesse Smith, 8 shutout innings of 4-hit ball. Pauley, first pitch swinging, a drive to center. Anderson is back and makes the leaping catch on the warning track. Tagging from second is Haynes. He'll go to third in the second out of the inning, and Pauley is 0 for 4. Now it's 7-day coming up. Bob Zimmerman gets up in the bullpen and starts to throw, and it looks like Jesse Smith's night is complete. Unfortunately, he won't get a chance for the complete game shutout. The Travs still have a chance for a shutout, which would be a shocking shutout. This Hooks team is the top-hitting team in the league. Day, the batter, he's 1 for 4 with a couple of RBIs. Pitch from Mansfield is low, 1 ball, no strike. Day's RBI single in the second made it 2-0. His bounce out of the 4th brought home Haynes for a 4-0 lead. Here's a 1-0. Day, a swing and a harder grounder almost hit Haynes as he led away from third. It is foul. 1 ball, 1 strike. He's checking his left foot. That may have hit him. They just nudged him on the left heel. Day with a slight open stance. And here's the 1-1 from Mansfield. Curve inside. It almost got Day on the jersey. 2-1. A lot of people had wondered how come Jesse Smith was given a spot on the All-Star squad. Well, we saw the reason tonight. The 2-1 pitch was fouled by Day at the plate, 2-2. Jesse named to the All-Star squad by League President Tom Kaiser. Kaiser had been worried that the North Division team would not have enough pitchers that were available to pitch. And Smith pitched on Sunday and really wasn't available for the All-Star game Tuesday. But this performance tonight was masterful, even with the 6 walks. 2-2 today. Swing and a miss, a curveball strikes him out. And for only the 3rd time tonight, the Travelers go without a run. No runs, 1 hit, 1 man left. Well, the Travs had a 7-0 lead going into the last of the 9th inning. Can they hold that lead? They're going to bring in the bullpen. Bob Zimmerman starting to walk towards the gate of the bullpen, and apparently it will be Zimmerman coming on to the 9th. We'll have the last of the 9th inning with the Travs leading by 7 after this on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Back on April 13th, 1932, the Arkansas Travelers opened their brand-new ballpark to thousands of breathless spectators. In Raywinter Field 74 years as home of the Travs, it's been a breeding ground for big league talent. We've seen young men develop from fledgling minor leaguer to World Series hero and experience the highs of 9 league championships. Almost 9 million fans have spun through its turnstile. It's where we introduced our kids to the great game of baseball. We've brought dates to the bleachers and sat through rain delays with friends. We've grown up and grown older at Raywinter Field. This is our ballpark. The Travs' new home, Dickey Stevens Park, will be ready by April 2007, and the team's future is bright. But Raywinter Field has been a part of the fabric of life in Arkansas for 3/4 of a century. During the Travs' 2006 season, it's our chance to say goodbye to an old friend. Call 664-1555 or go to Travs.com.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
Last of the 9th inning, and the Travelers going for their 2nd shutout of the season. They lead Corpus Christi 7-0. Jesse Smith went the first 8 innings, and Bob Zimmerman comes on for the 9th. Smith, an outstanding performance. 8 scoreless innings of work, allowing 4 hits and 6 walks. He struck out 5. Smith was able to limit the impact of the walk, stranding 7 men on base, and of the 4 base hits, 3 were singles. Only 1 base hit came after a walk, and that's really how you limit the effectiveness of walks. One thing, you don't walk the leadoff batter. Smith never did that today. And the second thing, you don't string together walks. Smith had only 1 spot of consecutive bases on balls. And once again, there was only 1 base hit for the Hooks coming after a walk in an inning. That was back in the first when Ben Zobrist had a 1-out walk. Jorge Cortez had a 2-out single but did not score a run. Zimmerman coming on in relief. Bobby making his 3rd appearance since coming off the disabled list. He's not looked sharp yet. 1 2/3 innings off the DL, 2 runs on 4 hits, and 1 walk. Zimmerman still trying to find the form that has made him one of the top closers in the lower minors in the Angels system for the last 2 years. Josh Bonifay leads off, and Zim pumps a fastball for a called strike. It was Bonifay who had the toughest night against Jesse Smith, striking out in all 3 at-bats, and Smith took care of him on 3 pitches in the 7th. It'll be Bonifay, Walter Young, and Mark Saccomanno. The big right-hander, Zimmerman's 0-1, is hit out of play on the right side in the air. Strike 2. Overall numbers on Zimmerman, he's made 12 appearances with no wins, 2 losses, 2 saves, and an ERA at 9.42. That particular trouble at Raywinter Field, where his ERA is over 16, and in his 5 appearances on the road, his ERA a very respectable 2.45. And his 2 runs were scored against Zimmerman on the road in 7 1/3 innings. 0-2 on Bonifay, and the pitch from Zimmerman, a slider outside. Then standing tall on the mound at 6'5", and the 1-2 pitch is swing and a miss. He struck him out, and Bonifay whiffed for the 4th time. Got him with a curve in the dirt. Del Chiaro dug it out and tagged Bonifay for the first out of the 9th inning. Now it'll be Walter Young coming up. The Travelers this year have thrown one shutout. They beat Midland 3-0 on May 26th. Rafael Rodriguez, 7 scoreless innings in that game. A pitch to Young, called strike 1 on the inside corner. Young's 10-game hitting streak on the line. He's 0 for 2. Big left-hander, always pulls, and the defense shifts on the right side. The pitch to Young, and it just missed the outside corner. That was a nice-looking backdoor breaking ball by Zimmerman, and he does not get the call. 1 ball, 1 strike on Young. Saccomanno on deck. The 1-1 pitch is hit high, deep right center. Bacon back at the warning track at the wall. He makes the catch. A running catch and face first into the fence. A beautiful catch by Dwayne Bacon, or did he catch it? Young is circling around the bases, and now he's going to head back into the dugout. Goodness, there's no way Young hit that ball out of the park. A beautiful job by Dwayne Bacon, basically giving up his body and running face first into a billboard. 2 away in the 9th inning. That's the closest the Hooks have come to scoring a run. Mark Saccomanno coming up to the plate. He's 0 for 3. Zimmerman's pitch is a called strike, a slider. Corpus Christi shut out 3 times this year. The pitch, check swing. Did he go? No, it was inside. 1 ball, 1 strike. The San Antonio Missions have shut out Corpus Christi twice. Tulsa shut them out the other time. And the Travs with the highest ERA at AA or AAA or close to it. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, strike 2. 1-2 on Saccomanno. 1 more strike and the Travs will have a very impressive shutout. Zimmerman toes the rubber, puts the ball behind his back. Comes set, delivers 1-2. Saccomanno takes it in the dirt. 2 balls, 2 strikes. This may be one of the more complete games that the Travs have played this year. They have been outstanding in every aspect of the game. They have played fundamental Angel-style baseball. 7 runs on 15 hits. Their attack has been relentless today. Zimmerman towing the rubber with his black cleats. And here's his 2-2. Saccomanno, a swing and a grounder foul. Stopped at the tarp, just past the third base dugout. And Saccomanno walking into the dugout, apparently going to get a new bat. Bat boy hands him a new piece of lumber, and he's going to stick it up with all kinds of pine tar. Zimmerman takes off his cap and wipes the sweat away. Jesse Smith watching from the dugout at first base. Knowing that he's an out away from breaking a personal 7-game losing streak, a 7-decision losing streak. And finally getting a win he deserves. Here's the stretch, and the 2-2 to Saccomanno. High, very high, got out of Del Chiaro's glove. And the count is full. Zimmerman getting heckled by a fan of the third row right behind the plate. 3-2 pitch on the way, up high, and it's a 2-out walk. Saccomanno reaches base. That's the 7th hook to walk tonight. Johnny Ash coming up. Ash is 0 for 3. Left-hand batter. Ash is grounded out each time up. And the pitch way outside. Caught in the webbing of the catcher's mitt by Brent Del Chiaro, and he asked for time and will walk the ball to Zimmerman. Bobby has had some trouble with the strike zone this year. Put in here to a non-pressure situation. A walk to Saccomanno is the 10th issued by Zimmerman in 15 innings now. Kind of the 2 outs he's recorded here in the 9th. Del Chiaro back behind the dish. Zimmerman coming set. Saccomanno leads the way. The pitch to Ash is high and outside. Ball 2. Zimmerman has missed with the last 4 pitches. His 2-0 is low. Ball 3. Needing one more pitch to be put into play and a chance to hold on to a 7-0 win. The 3-0 from Zimmerman is right down the middle. 3-1 on Ash. Hey, imagine poor Zimmerman to take another strike. Here's the 3-1. And it's high. Second walk in a row. Saccomanno to second, Ash to first, and here comes Kevin Davidson. Ken Patterson will come out of the dugout and go and talk out to Zimmerman again. It was really the first time he's talking to Zimmerman. It's Patterson, who hadn't appeared since yesterday, came out in the 8th to talk to Smith after he walked Hunter Pence. And then after Cortez flat out to center, KP may have thought his night would be over, but goes out and talked to Zimmerman, who's had a tough time here in the 9th inning. He did strike out Bonifay to start the frame, but then Walter Young made a tremendous drive towards the 407 marker in right center. Dwayne Bacon made a spectacular catch at the ball. And Zimmerman has walked Saccomanno and Ash. Kevin Davidson stepping in. Davidson 1 for 3. A .215 hitter entering the game. Righty versus righty. Zimmerman is set. And here's his pitch. He got it onto the strike zone with a slider. Hit the outside corner. 0-1. Nothing in 1 to Davidson. Zimmerman trying to keep the shutout intact. The pitch is slider, and it missed under the knees. 1 ball, 1 strike. Zimmerman has thrown consecutive sliders after struggling with control of the fastball of the previous 2 batters. Now the 1-1 from Zimmerman. Fastball inside just a little bit. Zimmerman a little upset with the ball calls of plate umpire Aaron Banks. Comes off the hill, muttering to himself. Takes the throw back by Del Chiaro and climbs the hill. 2 balls and a strike on Davidson. 2 outs in the 9th inning, and the Travs leading 7-0. Zimmerman delivers. The 2-1 is high and tight. Ball 3. And 1 the count on Davidson, and Josh Anderson on deck. Now Zimmerman checking second. The pitch is swung on and foul tip. Davidson swung at a pitch that was bearing way inside on him. Swing over the last 14 pitches for Zimmerman. Three and 2. Zimmerman must be feeling some kind of frustration here. There have been a couple of close calls that he hasn't gotten. 3-2 pitch, swing and a fly ball in a shallow right center. There goes Bacon into the gap, circles around it, makes the shoestring catch. This ball game is over. The Travelers record their second shutout of the 2006 season. They beat the top team in the Texas League, the Corpus Christi Hooks, by a final score of 7-0, and you can't put it in the book. A tremendous display by Jesse Smith. The Travelers' offense was in tip-top shape tonight. 7 runs on 15 hits. 4 hits each for Aaron Peel and Matt Brown. The winning pitcher will be Jesse Smith. The loss goes to Josh Mickey. Arkansas do 25-47 overall. It's their first win in 3 games in the second half. Corpus Christi drops to 43-29, 2-1 in the second half. And this series in favor of the Hooks, 2-1. Again, the final, the Arkansas Travelers 7, the Corpus Christi Hooks nothing. We'll get the final totals and the recap next on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report. This has been Traveler Baseball on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
What if there were no bad drivers? What if everyone always followed the speed limit? What if 10-car pileups didn't exist? In a world like that, we'd all be better off. It's why Allstate is introducing 2 incentives to drive safe. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, you'll get cash off your renewal bill with a safe driving bonus. And for every year of safe driving, you'll get $100 off your deductible with Deductible Reward. Another year, another $100 off, up to $500. But it's not just about saving money. Safe driving also saves lives. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can get $100 off your deductible the day you sign up. Features are optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Deductible awards apply to collision coverage. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois.
Emergency hotline, can I help you?
Yes, I need help.
All right, sir, what's the problem?
I can't taste my beer. I take a sip, I feel it in my mouth, but there's no taste.
Okay, sir, stay with me. What's your name?
Robert.
Okay, Robert, this is what I want you to do. Put the bottle down and step away from the beer.
Okay.
Walk straight down to the corner store and pick up a 6-pack of Miller Lite. Open one, take a sip, and everything should be right back to normal.
Okay.
Don't worry, Robert. It's going to be all right.
Next time, try the light beer that actually tastes like beer. Great tasting, less selling Miller Lite. Miller, good call. Miller Brewing Company, Milwaukee, Wisconsin.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
It's time now for the Allstate Insurance post-game show. Once again, here's the voice of the Arkansas Travelers, Phil Elson.
Welcome back to Whataburger Field here in Corpus Christi. As the Arkansas Travelers shut out the Hooks, the final score of 7-0. Phil Elson with you on the Allstate Insurance postgame report. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands? Well, let's recap the ball game here. The Travelers get ahead in the second inning against Josh Mickey. Matt Brown leading off with a single to left field. Greg Porter got hit by a pitch, and Nate Haynes made it 1-0. The infield playing for a double play. Haynes did a little fister over the third baseman's head for a base hit to left, scoring Brown, making it 1-0. After one away, Matt Pauley bounced a fielder's choice to first base, recorded an out at second, but Pauley beat the relay to first, and that gave Devin Day an opportunity. Before he did, Matt Pauley stole second base, then Day grounds a base hit to left field, scoring Greg Porter. Pauley tried to score also, but was thrown out by Jorge Cortez, so the Travs led 2-0 after the second inning. Made it 3-0 when Dwayne Bacon led off the third with his 4th home run of the season. And the Travs kept the pressure on the Hooks in the 4th. Nate Haynes a leadoff single to left. Josh Mickey then walked Brent Del Chiaro before Matt Pauley moved the runners up with a sacrifice bunt. With the infield playing for out at home, Devin Day hit a sharp grounder to third base. Mark Saccomanno did not try for the out at home. He had a charge for the ball, and on that play, Haynes scoring. Day recorded out 5-3, 4-0 Travs following in the 4th. And then in the 5th, he tacked on another run against the reliever, Josh Miller. Aaron Peel with the first of his 2 doubles and his second base hit of the game. Led off the 5th, a double to right center. He would move to third on Brandon Wood's ground out and score when Matt Brown laced a single to center field and a 1-2 pitch. That made it 5-0. Meanwhile, Jesse Smith had to deal with 5 base runners over the first 3 innings, but then didn't have much problems in the 4th and the 5th. He set down 6 in a row. in the 6th and the 7th. And he came back for the 8th. He had a lead of 6-0. Aaron Peel, a leadoff double to start the 7th, swinging at a 3-0 pitch and ripping it down the third base line. Brandon Wood then hit a high fly ball to straightaway center that hit the base of the wall. It was a triple scoring Peel, making it 7-0. And then in the 8th inning, the Travs put on another run against the reliever Monty Mansfield that got 2 quick outs. Dwayne Bacon hit a ground ball to second base. Johnny Ash's throw to first was dropped by Walter Young for an error. Then Aaron Peel reaches on an infield hit deep to the hole at shortstop. Brandon Wood walks to load the bases. And Matt Brown hit a hot shot to third base with Saccomanno double clutching his throw, looking at second and then throwing to first. Brown beat it out. And that brought home Bacon to make it a 7-0 score. Smith then faced his biggest challenge in the 8th inning. After 2 outs, Josh Anderson hit a double, and then Smith walked Ben Zobrist and Hunter Pence. It looked like the Travs might take him out of the ball game, but after a quick chat with Ken Patterson, Smith got Jorge Cortez to fly out to center field, ending the threat and leaving 3 men on base. Although Bob Zimmerman made it a little bit of a longer 9th inning, he got through the 9th, keeping the shutout intact. It's the second shutout of the season for the Arkansas Travelers. Here are the unofficial totals. For the Travs, 7 runs on 15 hits, no errors, stranding 11. And for the Hooks, it's no runs on 4 base hits, 1 error, stranding 9. Jesse Smith, the winner, he goes to 4-8. Josh Mickey, the loser, he's 0-4. The only homer by Dwayne Bacon, his 4th. For the win, the Travelers are now 25-47 overall and 1-3 in the second half. Corpus Christi falls to 43-29, 2-1 in the second half. Coming up next on the Allstate Insurance Postgame Report, we'll check out the scores from the Texas and the Major Leagues after this commercial break on Air America Little Rock, 1380 KDXE.
Coca-Cola, this is Mitchell. My friend's brother is a molecular biologist, and he was saying the only way you could have gotten Coke Zero to taste like the regular Coke was to engineer it in space. I would not. Well, no, but think about the whole zero factor, like zero gravity. It makes perfect sense. Zero is for the 0 calories. Just stop pretending that you don't engineer Coke Zero in space. Can you do that? I wish I could speculate on that, sir. The next launch. I just want the time for the next launch.
Coca-Cola Zero. Real Coke taste. 0 calories.
Your world is suddenly changing for the better, all because 2 great companies that you know and trust, have now joined forces to deliver the world that matters most. Yours. AT&T, with its passion to invent, and FCC, with its drive to deliver, have come together to create the most complete and secure network with products and services to keep you connected to work, home, to life. Introducing the new AT&T, your world, delivered.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
The Travelers win at 7-0 over the Corpus Christi Hooks. And all the fans here at Whataburger Field have left the ballpark for the most part. I'm Phil Elson, still here in the press box, and it's time to look at the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard. Still in a couple of games in progress in the Texas League. Going into the top of the 9th inning, Wichita trying to become the first 3-0 team in the second half. The Wranglers 9 and the Frisco Rough Riders 4. At San Antonio, the Missions putting a hurting on the Cardinals today. Springfield hasn't helped themselves, committing 4 errors, and the Missions lead 8-2. Nick Savinoa, his 4th home run for the Cardinals, and Hubbard a home run for San Antonio, his 1st. Our other final score comes from Driller Stadium, where Tulsa gets home runs from Joe Gaetti and Seth Smith. And the Drillers beat Midland by a 6-1 score. Juan Murillo, the winner, goes to 6-3. And Brad Ziegler, right-hander for the Midland Rockhounds, the loser, he falls to 6-4. So the Drillers get their second win. Tulsa now 2-1. And that sends the Midland Rockhounds to a 1-2 record. Over to the Major League. We've got a bunch of games in progress here. The final, the Giants win 8-7 over the Oakland A's. Ray Durham, a walk-off homer off of Houston Street. Durham's 7th home run of the season. Street falls to 1-3. Barry Bonds also went deep for the Giants, his 11th of the year and 719th of his career. Over in games in American League ballparks, the Boston Red Sox got a walk-off homer in the 10th inning from David Ortiz. And the Red Sox beat Philadelphia 5-3. Mike Lowell also homers for the Bo Sox, his 8th. Ortiz's home run is 22nd, and countless walk-off shots by Big Poppy over the last few years. Jonathan Papelbon won it, is 2-1, and Flash Gordon, the loser, 2-3. The White Sox had a win in 10 innings over the Houston Astros, their 9th straight victory. Chicago 6, Houston 5. Thornton, the winning pitcher, 3-1. Wheeler, the loser, he's 1-5. The only homer hit by the White Sox third baseman Joe Christi, his 14th of the year. Cleveland shuts out Cincinnati 4-0. Reds managed only 5 base hits in the game. Cleveland got 2 homers, Todd Hollingsworth and Grady Sizemore. Paul Byrd, the winning pitcher, is 6-5. Bronson Arroyo is denied his 10th win. Arroyo falls to 9-4. The Toronto Blue Jays get 2 home runs from Vernon Wells. He now has 20 on the season. And those home runs enough to help the Blue Jays beat the Mets 7-4 at Rogers Center. Roy Halladay got his 9th win against 2 losses. Losing pitcher was El Duque. He is 4-7. DJ Ryan, the left-hand closer for the Blue Jays, his 21st save of the year. Baltimore and Washington had to wait 3 hours of different rain delays. And when they came back after a rain delay in the bottom of the 9th inning, Ramon Hernandez hits a home run, giving Baltimore the 3-2 win. Williams goes to the win. He's 2-3. Chad Cordero, the loss. He is also 2-3. Former Arkansas Traveler Placido Polanco hit a 10th inning double, leading the Tigers to a 7-6 comeback win over the St. Louis Cardinals. That is 4 straight wins for the Tigers over St. Louis. Joel Zumaya, the winner, 4-1. Johnson, the loser, is 0-1. The Tigers had to rally back for 2 runs in the 9th inning to tie it, and then they win it in the 10th. Wilson, a home run for the Tigers, his 3rd. Marcus Thames hit his 15th. Booth Bonser defeats the Chicago Cubs for the Minnesota Twins. Twinkies 3, Cubbies nothing. Bonser, a former top prospect of the Giants, is 2-1. He defeats Mark Pryor, falling to 0-2. Joe Nathan, a former Shreveport right-hander, saves his 12th. Tampa Bay 3-2 winner over the Atlanta Braves. Corker in the winner, 1-0. And Lance Cormier, the loser, is 2-3. Save went to Harville. His check is first of the year. It won rainout today at Yankee Stadium, where the Marlins and the Yankees were postponed due to rain. They've got a day-night doubleheader tomorrow. First game 1 o'clock, second game 8 o'clock. Those are Eastern time. Currently in progress at Kansas City, the Royals over the Milwaukee Brewers, 6-5. They're on the top of the 9th at Kauffman Stadium. Tony Graffinino, a home run for the Royals, his 4th. The Angels trying to win their 3rd straight, but they're trailing Arizona 4-0 at the top of the 6th inning. Craig Counsell and Orlando Hudson have homered for the Diamondbacks, and as of now, not a good start again for Bartolo Colon, who comes in 0-3. Bottom 7 at Colorado, and the Rockies scored 6 runs in the 1st against Texas. It's the Rockies 11 and the Rangers 5. Todd Helton and True Freeman have homered for the Rockies. Gary Matthews Jr., number 8 for the Rangers. Top 5 at San Diego. Seattle 3. The Padres 1. Padres only run coming on Mike Piazza's 10th home run of the season. Kenji Jojima has homered for the M's, and it is his 7th of the year. Last score comes from Dodger Stadium, where Los Angeles has a 2-0 lead over the Pittsburgh Pirates. In the bottom of the 5th, the Bucks have lost 9 straight games. Those are the scores, and they're brought to you on the Southwest Airlines out-of-town scoreboard by the official airline of the Arkansas Travelers, Southwest Airlines. If you're looking for low fares, just go online to southwest.com. Our final score tonight at Whataburger Field, the Arkansas Travelers 7 and the Corpus Christi Hooks nothing. We'll wrap it up after this on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE.
You signaled your turn. You merged without cutting anyone off. You stopped because the light was red. Through rain and sleet, through dark of night, 365 and 1/4 days a year, you drive safely. Now, Allstate rewards you for being the hero you are. Introducing the Safe Driving Bonus. For every 6 months you don't have an accident, Allstate will give you an extra bonus. Actual cash off your renewal bill. That's on top of any discounts you've already received. It's time to make the world a better place to drive. That's Allstate stands. Are you in good hands?
Get Allstate Your Choice Auto Insurance today. Call a local Allstate agent or 1-800-ALLSTATE. You can start earning your safe driving bonus the day you sign up. Features optional and subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Patent pending. Allstate Property and Casualty Insurance Company and Allstate Fire and Casualty Insurance Company in North Carolina.
Of all the days of the week, it seems that Mondays are everybody's least favorite day. Well, the Travs and the Arkansas Democrat-Gazette have a reason for baseball fans to look forward to Mondays. That's because Mondays are Democrat-Gazette family night here at the ballpark. You just pick up a copy of Monday's Democrat Gazette, and you'll find a discount family ticket right there in the sports section. That's right. It's a coupon that admits the whole family for just $2 a person. Hey, Mondays don't sound so bad anymore.
You're listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.
A great game tonight for the Arkansas Travelers, perhaps the most complete effort of the season. Perfect in the field, almost perfect on the mound. The Travelers today shellacked the Hooks to the tune of 7-0. Here the official final total. Arkansas with 7 runs on 15 hits. They committed no errors and stranded 11. Corpus Christi, no runs, 4 hits, 1 error, stranding 9. Jesse Smith gets the victory, going to 4-8. 8 shutout innings for Smith, 4 base hits. He walked 6, struck out 5. Smith lowers his ERA to 4.09. That lowers the ERA by 41 points. Josh Mickey, the loser, falling to 0-4, giving up 4 runs on 6 hits in 3 2/3 innings. Mickey's ERA up to 13.02. Time of game was 3 hours and 1 minute, and the paid attendance at Whataburger Field, 7,193. Well, the Travs today got contributions from everybody in the lineup. You had Matt Brown and Aaron Peel, each with 4 base hits. Nathan Haynes finished 3 for 5. Dwayne Bacon hit his 4th home run. But in a day where the Travelers did walk 8 batters, they only allowed 4 base hits. Jesse Smith will be tonight's BC Powder Player of the Game with an honorable mention nod for Peel and Brown. Jesse Smith has lost 7 consecutive decisions, and he finally picks up that elusive 4th win. But Jesse is now 3-0 against Corpus Christi. The Hooks are the top team in the Texas League with the best record and the highest team batting average. Somehow Jesse Smith just has their number. He's 3-0 against them. So congratulations to Jesse Smith for a well-earned win. And again, he is tonight's BC Powder Player of the Game. BC Powder, the official pain reliever of the Arkansas Travelers. BC gets into your system fast, and BC goes to work fast. And it's headaches, backaches, or muscle pain, nothing works faster than BC. Use as directed. The Travelers now up their record of 25-47 overall, 1-2 in the second half. Corpus Christi 43-29 overall, and 2-1 since the All-Star break. We'll wrap up the series tomorrow night, 6:05 first pitch, with Traveler right-hander Chris Hunter looking to continue his string of strong starts, but still Hunter's record 2-6 with a 6.86 ERA. His opponent, top strikeout pitcher in the league, Juan Gutierrez. Gutierrez with a record of 7-3 and a 320 earned run average. He was the winning pitcher in the All-Star game on Tuesday at Ravender Field. Again, that is a 6:05 first pitch tomorrow night. So we've got our ITT Tech pregame show at 5:45 here on Air America Little Rock 1380 KDXE. Big thanks to Benny Petrie back at the studios. In his first night by himself, a fantastic job. Thank you very much, Benny. To the folks over at minorleaguebaseball.com for getting us on the internet, and especially to you fans for tuning in for tonight's broadcast. I'm Phil Elson. Once again, our final score from Corpus Christi's Whataburger Field. The Arkansas Travelers 7 and the Corpus Christi Hooks nothing. It's a wrap. We'll talk baseball again tomorrow night.
Today's game has been brought to you by AT&T, Coca-Cola, Allstate Insurance, ITT Technical Institute, Miller Lite, and Arkansas Federal Credit Union. You've been listening to Arkansas Travelers Baseball.